welcome back to Between Keyboard and Chair with me, Patinator. Oh, yuck.
Yuck.
And today I'll be joined by my goofy friends, Bonsi.
Hi. Yuck.
And Tim.
Hello.
Yuck. Gawrsh, Pat.
Oh my god, if you want to stop a sexual encounter, that's the sound you need to make. Or any encounter, like you don't want to pay for Starbucks. Oh, yuck. Gawrsh.
I don't have change, Gawrsh.
Go fuck yourself, Gawrsh.
Let's stop being friends.
Ironically, this is going to be the adult episode. We're
Yep.
talking about how adulting, or being an adult, has affected our hobbies in both the practical and emotional ways. But before we get into the meat of the matter, Tim's going to put us to the test. Take it away, Tim.
Okay, so what I've got here lined up for us is
It's gonna be good.
okay, two things. So first is an actual serious test. So
Ooh.
this test is by a guy called Dr. Robert Epstein.
Oh, okay.
You know who that is?
No.
Oh,
It
all right.
doesn't okay. That's a stranger name. Like
That's a name.
Who's an American psychologist, professor,
it was like Dr. Roger Adult.
And so we're going to be going through a few questions here. And then after that, we're going to do the perfect thing to follow a professional test, a BuzzFeed test.
Hey, we got a Pulitzer. So we can find out how much adult free of us add up to.
Because do you guys feel like answering 140 questions?
I mean,
Am I
do we have a
paid?
choice?
Am I getting paid? I would do Google surveys. Holy shit.
Would be a respondent.
So let's go through these. These are boring. Can someone be both a leader and a follower? Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
Wow. Oh no.
At the same time, no.
This
Yes.
is not
You
going
could be
well.
middle management.
You could be one after the other, but not concurrently.
Middle management. You're following orders from high while leading your pack.
I guess that works.
How is this even a question?
What's the question?
Drugs and alcohol can interact to produce deadly effects. Is this true?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We've
I feel like
That's called news.
I feel like even teenagers know that, not necessarily
Yeah.
just adults.
Wait, is that question number 1 and 2? Are we doing the quiz now?
Yeah, we are doing this.
Okay.
That's
I thought that was a sample.
Apparently, you need to know this if you want to be an adult. Some people say that true love lasts forever. Do you agree with them?
It can? Is there a maybe? 'Cause
Potentially.
No, it's yes or no.
So we have to choose.
Uh,
that test. Like there's a maybe, because you can love someone but not be like,
Loved. What?
no, I mean, maybe, fine, that's sad.
That's
you
really
want to take it down. But like the relationship might not work.
Yeah.
High grades in school pay off with better salaries and more opportunities. Do you agree?
Was this made in the 80s?
One would
You
think
know
so,
what?
but I don't think
I
that's
don't
true.
think so.
In theory, that's what they tell you.
Yeah.
Is it true that both males and females masturbate?
Yes.
How is that an adult question?
I mean, if you were in high school,
Yes.
Yeah.
No, in high school, you know it to be true for the boys, and you hope it's true for the girls.
No, pornography.
yeah.
But see, like I remember, like one of the soirees we had in high school.
Wait, whoa! I don't
I
like
know.
the segue of masturbation to high school soiree.
I'm gonna cut that.
I'm just saying, I had one classmate who asked one of the girls in the soiree, like,
Oh, Jesus,
straight up,
seriously?
straight up, like, do you masturbate? And like, and the girls, to her credit, says yes.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
they got somewhere.
He was the creepiest dude I've ever
That's
known.
really creepy.
Yeah.
And he is.
First time you meet someone.
Yeah.
Was it Gawrsh?
Had more.
And there's
swag.
that cut. It was bound to happen. I knew once I read number 5, there was a cut that was gonna happen.
You just need to know when.
I thought, okay, it seems to be going, and then a name came out.
I'm gonna
I'm
have
actually-
to keep track of who makes the foul.
I'm actually not gonna cut that. I'm just gonna beep that out.
What was it? That's fair.
No, it wasn't him.
If a police officer asks you to get out of your car, would you comply?
Where do I live?
Is there cause?
Is it like
Well-
now?
I mean,
Because no, if it's no. In the Philippines, no. Like,
yeah, no,
Yeah.
No.
that's not a good idea.
No.
I'm gonna
'Cause-
zoom away.
Because if they ask you to get out of the car, they're not asking for a bribe, which means it can only get worse.
Yeah.
There has to be
Absolutely.
cause for that.
If you are visiting the Philippines, the traditional bribe is 500 pesos. So be careful when driving out for lunch because that's usually when they want.
Depends. Like it depends on time of day, right? It's 5 during lunch and dinner, and violet or $100 for in between snacks.
Yeah.
Sometimes 200. The green
But
one.
that's legitimately what happens. Yeah.
Driving a car is a complex skill that requires training and practice. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes, you are driving a
Yeah.
weapon.
Though if you observe the drivers in the Philippines, you'd think they don't.
There's
That's also true. Yeah.
There's a line here in Tagalog. It's basta may butas papasukan. So if there's a hole, we'll go in. That's a Tagalog saying. Which is
Does that have to do with driving?
yeah, no, because they will go into everything. Like they will cross lanes.
Oh, that's true. Fine. Okay.
I mean-
yes, that is true.
I'm
They'll
just-
cross lanes. They will. Yeah.
Have
right.
more faith in me.
You just. You just outed a good friend of ours.
I mean, he's not ashamed.
That's true.
And I didn't out him from the closet. I outed his perversion.
That's true. Oh,
Yeah.
boy. That guy's a
Gawrsh. You gotta bleep that too. That's
Yep.
a profession.
Yep.
It's gonna be a bad episode.
Next question.
Yeah.
Next question, Your Honor.
Oh no, I'm gonna skip that one for Pat's sake.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm skipping that.
Oh, a rare display of good common sense in the show.
Okay.
We needed that
Do you
temperance.
have trouble expressing your feelings?
Yes.
Oh boy, it's gonna be that episode.
Hey, you're asking questions. I'm answering them honestly.
I mean, when should you? Like sometimes most people are like, that's inappropriate. But I mean, it's sad.
Also, like I don't know how some people should feel in certain situations.
I also don't know appropriateness. It's either like, no mercy, or like, we better shut up now.
Sometimes like, do I pretend to give a shit, or how much of a shit should
Yeah,
I
you
give?
get that RPG like dialogue wheel.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself is in like 4 corners,
And it's really tempting.
and then there's one like be polite.
And sometimes like, okay, how much do I have to care? And I don't mean that from like, I don't want to care. From like, is this too much? Am I too nice? Should they just like sack up and deal with stuff by themselves?
I feel like you should. I mean, it's like what's that old saying? Be nice, but take no shit.
Right. So yes, I have trouble like expressing certain
All right.
emotions.
To get a driver's license,
Oh, no.
you have to pass both a written test and a road test. Is this true?
Yes.
I feel like it should be,
It should be. It definitely should be.
but that is not the experience you will have here.
Yep. And that answers the question, why do people drive the way they do in this
Yep.
country?
Yep.
Yeah.
I heard
you
that-
think they'd be related, right? They're not. They're
I heard that changed now. Like it's a little harder to get the license.
The process is, but not necessarily the
Qualification.
test.
Yeah, I mean, you still can, and it's not right, but you still can pay to get to not have to do a driving test.
And here's the thing, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, not legitimately,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
Not legally. And also, you can also pay, quote unquote, no, not quote unquote, you can pay
You literally just pay.
to get a quote unquote written test that have all of the answers already put onto it.
And if you don't want to pay, the actual testing site has the answers all around you.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of like
Looking
Looking
around.
Can you read?
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. The ones paying are suckers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like you don't have to. They pay
well-
they pay so they don't have to do the test.
And they don't have to wait because
Yeah.
waiting times are
That's.
horrendous.
Yeah.
I
That's what
mean,
you pay.
I sort of get the
It's a
waiting
convenience
part.
thing.
Yeah.
But if you want to go through the test and want to pay, the answers are there.
So this is like we skip the intro DLC,
Pretty much.
$5,
Yep.
$8.
Okay, I do not
Skip
understand.
the intro. $5 to skip the intro.
Guys,
Yes.
do you find it difficult to read?
No. Wait. Nope. Actually, yes.
Wait, as in
Yes.
physically?
Do you
physically.
actually have proper dyslexia?
No, but I have a blind spot here.
Oh, okay.
Like
Wait,
a
what?
legit problem?
You
like
have a legit blind
there's
spot?
it's fuzzy in the middle.
Why?
I don't know.
Huh.
That's a go to the doctor.
That
thing.
is
Yeah,
a
it doesn't
go
go
to the doctor
thing.
thing.
Like there's a
Since when has that been that?
2 years from now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
go to the doctor.
That's like a diabetes thing.
It might be.
Oh, boy.
No. I mean, I'm hoping because it's the thing we know instead of the thing we don't know.
And the self-diagnosed dyslexia does not help.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
but
that.
I mean,
Self-diagnosed dyslexia.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you can get medicine for reading.
Is it called glasses?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't have trouble reading.
I mean, I have no trouble comprehending. I have trouble reading.
Like the act.
Yeah.
The processing.
Good hygiene is important for health. Do you
Yes.
agree?
Yes.
All right, that
feel like-
was quick.
I feel like that all the no's are like, you're not an adult. Like,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I also feel like some of them are loaded and some of them are unfair. Like me, if you have a condition, I mean, reading.
You're less an adult.
Yeah, my lesson because I couldn't read that well.
Also, the addition. What the fuck?
I know.
Like, sorry if I'm dumb with math. Throw me geometry. I'm good at it.
Statistically, this is like a grouping of low math people.
Yes. But surprisingly high English competence.
That's where we hang out. We bitch.
Hey, do you want to know if you're an adult? Do you tire easily?
Oh, yes. The goat, he speaks like a man. I am so tired. I am tired all the time.
I think the answer to that is a yes.
Could you use a recipe to bake a cake?
Could
All right,
you-
I'm starting
Wait,
to lose.
Time out.
This test is starting to lose.
Time out,
me.
motherfucker. Whoever wrote this test,
Could
doctor. Could you?
Edelstein?
Could you?
Epstein, Dr.
Epstein?
Robert Epstein, or
Like-
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
that's what
I-
recipes are.
I'm
One would
Googling
think.
that. I swear to God, that guy's in house.
Lisa Edelstein.
Do you know how to write and send a letter?
Ah, interesting two-part
How
question there.
old is this test?
Yes.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yes.
Pre-internet, I'm guessing.
Maybe.
Robert Ed.
I think those adulting tests are like, what, 1980s, 1970s?
Yeah.
Eventually, people gave up. Fuck it. Who knows if you're an adult?
All right. This one applies great to us. Do you have good physical flexibility?
No,
Absolutely not.
Nope.
No.
Nope. I can't even like put my hands together behind
I'm
my
a
back
big guy.
I can't touch my toes. I'm not
I
a
can't
huge
either.
guy, but I just can't touch my toes.
You're just not flexible, and your
I'm
back
just not
hurts.
flexible. Yeah, my back hurts. My back hurts all the time. It's gonna be this episode.
Yeah. Being an adult is kind of shit.
If you have the option to opt out, please do.
I feel like no, that's not good advice.
No, that's not. Don't listen to him.
No.
He's
Opt
just
out.
a
Skip
teacher.
the levels. All I'm saying is skip the levels. Go straight to super senior, and you get all the good stuff at the discount. That's all I'm saying.
I cannot find Robert Edelstein.
Epstein.
Epstein.
That's like the
Epstein.
fourth time I've said his name.
Well, do we have a hearing thing on the adulting thing?
Do you know how to negotiate to get what you want?
Kind of.
I know how to get what I want.
That doesn't involve fists.
I mean, that's up to them.
When the fits are out,
And
it's everybody's
finally,
game.
are you careless with your money?
Yes, very much so.
Not anymore.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Yes.
we're going to talk about that later
Yeah. Oh
in the
my
second
God.
part of the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. All right, let's get to more fun things. Although, yeah, that was pretty good. Let's get to more fun things. Let's
All right.
go.
Let's go to the definitive test for adulthood.
Absolutely, BuzzFeed.
That's the one.
So, in case you want to take the test along with us, again, don't do this while driving.
Good advice.
What percent adult are you? So, we're not gonna do this individually. Let's do this as a group.
It's a
So this is
three-headed
gonna
man.
be great. We have to come to an agreement on what the answer is.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
We need
Also, there's a picture of Justin Bieber topless.
Oh, that's
There's Tay
encouraging.
is also here.
That's
Wait, is she
encouraging.
topless?
No,
Who's also there?
Ooh.
Tay.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah,
All right.
she's here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Day.
She could be like
Okay.
the pre-picture for Gal Gadot before Wonder Woman.
All right.
All lanky and rich.
Once you've answered the first question, the next one will appear. Ready?
Ready?
What
Fire.
time do you usually wake up on at the weekend? Is it before 7 a.m., 7 to 8 a.m., 8 to 9 a.m., 9 to 10 a.m., 10 to 11 a.m., 11 to 12 noon, or afternoon?
Okay, let's define the weekend.
Let's say what? Saturday.
No, let's define the weekend as no class.
Sure.
No work.
All right, no work. So this is
it
like
would
you have a
screw up
free day.
my answer for that
You have a
one.
free day.
So we just average our answers.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, we come to an. So, Buns, what do you think?
I'm a 9 a.m. guy.
You're a 9 a.m. guy.
Yeah.
I wake up at 5.
I'm not averaging that. So I'd also be in 9 to 10 a.m.
I'm an 8 to 9 guy.
The average
Oh, you're
is,
an 8 to 9
I'm an 8
guy.
to 9 guy, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
for a weekend.
For a weekend, yeah.
Oh, all
so the
right.
average is like 7:30.
Jesus.
Look at me bring down the curve.
You're that guy in class.
So if you wanted to be, average would be 7 to 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
Rough.
just not right.
A nice, responsible adult.
That's just not right.
Look,
He wakes up at
it's
5. Who wakes up at 5 on the weekend?
Yeah.
I need to. I have stuff to do.
All right.
So do I, but like, look at me ignore it.
7 to 8 a.m.
Yeah.
We're going to 7 to 8 a.m.
We're gonna be a responsible adult.
I'm 8 to 9. 8 to 9.
I'm an 8 to 9
Are there
guy.
no times on weekends that you wake up? What's
the-
after a recording
I
day?
like it, he's question 1, he's bargaining already. Just a matter of like, what time should we wake up?
He's a good adult. He's negotiating for what he
Remind our
wants.
listeners, he's of the 3 of us, he has the one with the children and married.
gosh. Okay. 7 to 8 a.m.
I
we going with 7
that's what
to
the
8
average
a.m.?
brings
Yeah,
up, right?
that's-
All
the
right,
average.
7 to, oh Jesus, that hurts.
Just clicking
Okay.
it hurts him.
You've made some pasta,
Nice.
but just realized all your crockery is dirty. What's crockery?
Pots.
Oh, okay. So that's how adult I am. All your crockery is
put them.
dirty. What do you do? A. Wash up a plate to eat it off. Wash up a plate to eat it
The pasta off.
Okay.
Of course, yes.
Not,
Sorry.
not
Yeah.
just the plate.
Not just
Yeah.
the pots.
2. B. Just eat it straight out of the saucepan. It saves washing up.
Tempting.
Yeah.
C. Put it on the plate you ate lunch off. There's only a few
Ooh,
crumbs on
rough.
it. Oh,
Oh, not that one.
I like D. This would never happen because I always wash up straight away. All right.
Okay.
I would be D.
Same.
Yeah, I'd wash up just
All
so
right.
like it's
Wow.
done.
Oh, we're hygienic. Nice. Well
Yeah.
done,
No,
guys.
we just don't want problems later.
Okay. On average, how many times a week do you cook for yourself? Oh boy.
Okay.
A. Never. 1. Never. 2. 1. Okay. That's going to get confusing. Here are the choices. Never. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Or every day.
Every day.
Realistically, I think it's 3.
Okay. So I'm the one who brings the average down here. I don't know how to cook.
Never.
So
I'm responsible.
one of the more recent things I cooked was instant mashed potatoes.
Oh, we found out that's a good side for rice.
Yeah, instant mashed potatoes. I ruined instant
No
mashed
way,
potatoes.
dude.
I ruined it.
How?
I put too much salt because I figured,
Oh.
okay, I put some salt. No, there needs to be more salt.
You know
Put
what?
some More salt.
I'm surprised that the seasoning is what got you. I think it is the consistency or
No,
the
I got the
texture.
consistency.
Huh.
Ish. I got it. But the consistency got screwed up. No, the consistency got screwed up because I put more salt, didn't work. So I had to put more water. And then the cycle just continues, right?
Oh no! Oh
So-
no! Oh no!
No,
Yeah, I get that.
How else would you solve the it's too salty?
And rice.
So fine, sorry. I put milk, not water. I put milk. So when that happened, it's just it didn't work, right?
You're making me Chris Evans here.
I would have put lemon, squeeze a lemon,
Who has a lemon?
or citrus,
Okay, that's fair.
or if you need to be vinegar, which is not great, but
I use that for cleaning.
if you had sour cream, that would be a great way to diffuse the saltiness.
Yeah, well, that's why I don't know how to cook. Okay, so
Or
all right.
shouldn't.
Well,
But
okay,
I-
So
here's
wait.
the tip.
So going back, so what is on average? How many days a week do you cook for yourself? How are we gonna go with this?
All right, if I were living
You're-
by myself again,
Yeah.
I'd put it to 4 times a week.
When I was living
Yeah.
by myself or with my wife at that time, I cooked sometimes, but now that's no longer the case. Anyhow, so how many? Sorry,
Put it 4. Like if I were to live by myself,
4.
Yeah.
And Pat's every day.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
I'm
there's
just
no
bringing
chance.
down the average. So let's say 3.
But he's not bad.
3.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Like,
Okay.
If I had a more comfortable like lifestyle, I would probably around 42.
Because
All right.
what I do usually, I'd cook a big batch.
Oh, and just
And
distribute.
that's going to last me for a week. So I'd cook 3 times in a week, and that's going to last me the days in between.
So this one only
Maybe
has
4 times. depends on my mood.
3 options. If your friend was getting married tomorrow, do you have something in your wardrobe that you could feasibly wear?
Yes.
Yep, I'll be fine. I could probably scrape something together, or lol, no, I'd be screwed.
But last 2 weddings I went to, they got me the outfit. So yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Actually, yeah, I mean,
yeah.
you do have, okay.
If
So-
it weren't for the last one, I would have a problem with the traditional Filipino wedding.
Yeah, same
So I
here.
don't have a working barong.
Now
Yeah.
we do.
But
Now
now
we do,
So
yeah.
like, I guess I'm covered.
So I guess, yep, I'd be
Tim gave
fine.
Ponzi and I suits.
yeah. So I'm covered. Thank you.
Yep, I'd be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
All
be
right.
fine.
Yeah,
We're kind of responsible.
adulting.
Yeah. We
Thank you,
we
BuzzFeed.
average out to an adult.
If a light bulb blew in your living room,
Yes.
how long would it take you to replace it? 1.
2 days.
Wow. 1. I have a supply of bulbs, so I do it straight away.
Oh, that's a possibility.
2. I'd go out and buy a bulb in the same day. 3. I'd change it within a few days. 4. Probably a week.
Oof.
5. More like 2 weeks or so. 6. At least a month, if I'm being honest. Or 7. I'd leave it until all the other bulbs had gone too, and I literally couldn't see anymore.
I'm at 6. That's what happened to my bathroom.
You're at 6 what?
Like 2 weeks or more. I was like, well, the candle works.
You'd go 2 weeks or so?
Yeah.
I'm a few
Once?
days.
But additionally, though, I didn't know where the bulb was because I thought it was hidden behind like some roof
Oh,
paneling
this is
I couldn't get
interesting.
rid of. Turns out it wasn't.
You're a few days.
Yeah. Depends on how busy I am. Like, it takes me a while to go to the store and get the bulb.
Okay.
But
'cause-
like
I do not have a supply.
when it blew out again, like same day, like oh I know where it is now.
so I do have a supply of bulbs.
The responsible one.
So, I guess average would be I'd change it within a few days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's about right. Like that's the range. Like if
Yeah.
you ran out of supply, you just go out.
All right.
Nice.
Within a
Right.
few
This is
days.
nice.
Almost good answer.
How often do you change your bed sheets?
Ooh.
1. Every week. Any less than that is gross. 2. Once every few weeks is fine. 3. Once a month sometimes, but I don't mind going 2 months to be honest. 4. Like 3 times a year.
Oh.
Even less than that. 6. I only change them when they physically look dirty. Or finally, I have literally never changed my own sheets.
Oh, whoa, Jody.
So I'm an every week guy.
Every 2 weeks.
Once every few weeks.
I'm honestly I'm either a month or 3 times a year.
Oh
That's-
my.
Oh no!
You sleep on that.
No.
It's pretty clean.
No
I
more
bathe every
hugs for
night.
that man.
I bathe every night.
That's not the
I'm just
point.
saying.
Not the point.
Your bed doesn't bathe every
and the
night.
bugs don't care about that.
Yeah, you have a colony.
It's bug free.
Ant-Man.
No, it's you just don't see them.
They're mites, man.
Okay, so wait. He's what? You're what? Once a month or 3 times
once
a
month.
year?
If depends. Sometimes it's twice a year from busy.
Oh man!
Because there's no between 1 month and then like
Are you regretting this episode yet?
Never go in his room again. That's gross.
Oh,
That's
jeez.
grody.
what? Once every 2 months is not bad.
Oh my god. Help. Send help.
Oh, my daughter played on that bed.
That was fresh. That was new. Don't worry
Okay,
about
nice,
Okay.
nice.
Nice.
I
You
feel
got
like
it.
he's lying.
Yeah, but
it.
that
No,
just,
just change that one.
that just means that any dirt your daughter left is still there.
No, I just changed a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, so we're good.
Okay, so I was every week. You were what? Once
Every week though.
Every week.
Every few weeks.
Every few weeks.
Yeah, every 2 weeks for me.
So that would be the average. Every few weeks is fine.
Yeah.
Thank God, that's the average. All
Could have
right.
been worse.
Never changed it.
Have you ever booked your own flights?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Okay, so
It's not that hard, really. Not anymore.
all right.
It used to be you had to actually leave the house.
All right. If you had a kid tomorrow, I do. How well do you think you would be able to deal with it?
How much is the abortion?
Okay.
I didn't expect to go there.
Oh, okay, this is definitely Pat's answer. So the first option would be, oh God, it would be an absolute disaster. I'm panicking even thinking about it. 2, I would struggle big time and definitely ask my parents to help a lot. 3, I would mess up a lot, but I reckon I might be able to manage. 4, I think I might actually do pretty well. I feel kind of ready. 5, I would nail it. I'd totally be up for the challenge. Or 6, I actually already have a kid. I feel like I need to not answer this question. This is not relevant.
Number 6.
No, yes, but you can't average that out. You guys don't.
Yeah, you can. You can have like about 2.5
No,
kids. That's
so-
an average.
What would your answer be? Are we going with,
Abortion.
oh God, it would be a disaster?
No, it's not a disaster. I know what I'll do. I'm gonna nail it. And we're getting an abortion. It is a clear, concise answer. Straight up. There is no oh no, there's we bring out the plan.
I mean,
The plan B.
that's not an option here.
It's always an option in a forward progressive country.
So not this one.
So
I know.
1990s Philippines, right?
I don't know. I guess you fly to India?
Oh well.
Bonds?
I think only you can answer it.
The biggest hurdle is the financial one.
That's a huge hurdle.
Yeah.
That's the
so
biggest one.
would you say that, oh God, it would be an absolute disaster and I'm panicking even thinking about it? Or I would struggle big time and definitely ask my
Yeah, that's the
parents?
one.
That's the one, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how to average this one out.
One of us has 2 kids. One of us wants to not have a
Have
kid.
kids.
Directly, in the most forceful way possible.
You're the one with an answer.
And I am the one.
I'll just
with
go
an
with I
answer.
would struggle big time.
I think I'll start big time.
All right. How much cutlery do you have at home?
Ooh,
This is a
more
long
than
test.
fucking enough.
I have a full set of everyday cutlery and another set of fancy cutlery for special occasions. I could host a dinner party for 8 comfortably. 4 forks, 4 knives,
You've
4
done
spoons,
that.
something like that. Barely enough for myself, to be honest.
I have more than enough.
I have more
I
than
can
enough.
I can host.
So host a dinner party for
Yeah.
8 comfortably,
Yeah.
or
Oh, yeah.
you have everyday and you have
Dude,
fancy.
fucking hosting. The hardest part of hosting is the cleanup.
Yeah. All right. So dinner party 8 comfortably.
Yeah, I
or
can even go. Put it to 12. Motherfuckers can do.
Do you have the fancy cutlery
Yeah.
for special occasions?
Well,
Oh no, I don't have fancy
Okay.
cutlery. Like
Fancy.
the extra different forks and shit.
fancier, but not
Fancy.
necessarily like gold.
So-
It's not fucking gold.
Do we go with I have a full set of everyday cutlery and another set for fancy for special occasions, or I could host a dinner party for 8 comfortably?
They're
go with
good for it
fancy.
comfortably.
Okay.
I can go with fancy.
Oh.
I have the fancy.
Well, it's too late. I pressed the button.
Yeah,
Sorry, man.
that's okay.
You know what's weird though in my house
Yeah.
is I learned not washing more stuff. I have a weird ratio of spoons to forks. Like I have way more forks than I have spoons. Like I'm emptying out the drawers and I'm like, I'm out of spoons. But I'm loaded on
And
forks.
forks.
And I just washed a bunch of what the fuck is up with this house and spoons?
Well, there's a mystery with my house. It's a long one. Since like I think even in the old house, we have a set which we use for breakfast, specifically for breakfast. That's how many cutlery we have.
That's why you wanted fancy.
Yeah, because we have a set for breakfast only. We have a set for lunch and dinner, and we have at
Wow.
least 2 sets for party hosting.
Oh fuck, dude.
Wow.
And then there's the plastic ones, the disposable
Okay.
ones, right? For the breakfast set only, it's missing spoons. I don't know if it ever came with spoons, or was it just forks, knife, a butter knife, and a teaspoon.
And
I could never find out, but I was convinced that at one point we had matching spoons, and I've never seen them since I was 6.
fuck these. Fuck spoons, man.
It feels like my parents took all the spoons and just dumped them somewhere. Like, we don't need you. We don't need you. We got lunch forks and spoons.
If it's like a family ritual you never learned about, whenever you leave a house, leave the
Leave a spoon.
spoons.
It helps that we merged the stuff we had with my grandparents. But even then, even when we lived just the 4 family unit, we had more than enough. We had a breakfast set, and we had the normal meal set.
So what you're saying is there is no spoon?
There is some spoon.
Don't watch The Matrix. You'll only be disappointed.
Well, you can watch The Matrix,
Yeah, the first one.
and then you stop there. You don't need to know more about Neo.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. You really don't. One sec.
Next.
Okay, BuzzFeed, we got this.
Yeah, we got this.
Yeah. Put us on your
Sorry,
website.
just need-
Feature us.
Look, you're putting that test on the website. We should be on it too.
All right. This doesn't really apply to the Philippines, but do you know how to bleed a radiator?
What the fuck is
No.
bleeding a radiator?
I do not. I don't have the mechanical
Right?
capacity for it.
Yeah, so
I can't do cars.
I don't think
It's
this
a
is
thing for
talking about.
heating.
Yeah, this is for heating.
Oh, then yeah,
Well,
I want to
well-
make it hotter.
Okay, even if it were for cars, fine. I still don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
So, no.
No. I guess, would that ice pick work?
From personal experience, don't use
Oh,
sharp
no.
objects on.
All right, guys. Which of these would you choose to snack on? A piece of fruit, a bag of crisps, some nuts, a packet of Haribo,
I mean, these nuts.
What's a Harry?
gummy bears,
Oh,
a cereal bar, some biscuits, a chocolate bar, or some healthy popcorn.
what the fuck is healthy popcorn?
All
You know,
right.
non-buttered.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
Buns.
Crisps.
Crisps.
Straight up.
Nuts.
Nuts.
Or crisps if it
These
were chicharron.
Let's just go with crisps.
Stop making me suck your nuts.
And click. How many plants do you have in your house? I have at least one in most of the rooms and they are still alive. I have a few dotted around the house. I have a couple, but I think one is dying. I have a cactus because they're less responsibility. I have some half-dead flowers, if that counts, and I don't have any.
I have a garden.
Same here.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna. I mean, we have a.
Yeah.
I don't have any.
No, you don't have a garden. You have a maintained line of weeds and grass. I've seen your mother clip that shit. You have a nice tree.
We have. It's gone.
Oh, fuck.
We have a garden, despite my mom's best effort.
Life finds a way.
It
No, this is a long thing. Okay, if you're out at a bar, what is your booze of choice?
I'm at a bar.
Depends on how much money I'm carrying.
The cheapest lager, a more upmarket beer, a glass of the house wine, a nicer, more expensive wine, gin and tonic, a Jaeger bomb, shots, a vodka mixer, a fancy cocktail, champagne, a hard spirit like rum or whiskey. Literally whatever is on offer, or I don't drink alcohol, so this doesn't apply to me.
Okay, let's define certain things.
Where
are
does
we-
mojito fall into?
Cocktails.
Fancy cocktail.
So, are we
You're out
in
at a
the
bar.
bar with some money, or is it just like after work? I just want to drink.
No, it's not after work. You're
just
it's a
at a
night
bar.
out. It's a night out, I
Night
guess.
out.
Yeah.
So okay,
Presumably you chose to go.
okay.
Yeah.
Then whiskey for me.
Yeah, same.
It's mojito or Guinness for me.
Well, there's
That's the more upmarket beer or the cocktail. Which would you prefer?
Oh, the Guinness.
Guinness.
Yeah.
so upmarket beer. Actually, is Guinness upmarket?
It is upmarket.
I guess yeah. When you compare it to
Because
things like
the alternative
Bud
is cheap
or-
lager
yeah.
and upmarket beer.
Yeah.
That's the only beer options.
Okay, so we're looking at upmarket beer or a hard spirit like rum or whiskey.
Yeah.
I can actually go for hard spirit then. So,
All right, hard spirit then.
All right.
Fancy like that.
I miss scotch.
Yeah.
What is your reaction when someone on your Facebook gets engaged? One. What? Seriously? Already? What would they? What? Why would they do that to themselves?
That's bitter.
How cynical.
Yeah.
2. Ha! It's gonna be like 10 years until that happens to me.
Because it's all about you.
Yeah, what an asshole.
3. Oh God, I'm so alone. Or 4. That's cute. I hope they're happy together.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
happy to go.
Yeah,
about
all right,
me.
okay.
It's
I
all right.
mean,
I feel like cute is passive aggressive there.
Yeah.
But all right.
But I think the sentiment
Oh, no.
carries.
I don't know. If
Okay.
it's a period, it's like mean. If it's an exclamation point, it's a compliment.
Mine's a comma. That's cute. I hope they're happy.
All right. When did you last go to the dentist?
Never. What?
It's been within the last 6 months, sometime in the last year. I've been within the last year, but my parents booked the appointment. I probably haven't been in a couple of years. It's getting toward like 5 years, to be honest. Honestly, it's been more than 5 years now, and if I
Ooh.
ever go again, it'll be because my teeth are literally falling out.
Oh, that's not.
That's the reason I went for last time.
So when was the last time you were at a dentist,
3
guys?
years
Couple
ago?
of years.
couple of years
yeah.
ago. For me, it's been the last 6 months.
Not since my aunt left for Canada.
So
No,
Did I go to the dentist regularly?
I would have gone within the last 6 months, but my dentist went to the States. Like,
all right.
they're just gone.
I just don't have the time.
Okay. Boy, this is running long, guys.
Yeah.
That's fine.
What do you do when you get What do you do when you get pretty ill? 1. Go to the doctor, obviously.
Yeah, if you have some sort of condition,
You should
of
go
bullshit
see
is
a
that?
doctor.
right, Tim?
Yes, Pat. Go see a doctor.
Fonzie.
I don't know what you're talking about. What's a doctor?
Jesus Christ. 2. Tell my parents so they can book a doctor's appointment for me. Can we tell his parents?
We have.
Good luck.
They know.
That's true. They
Good
do
luck.
know. 3. Only go to the doctor if it gets really bad.
Yes. Like
Or
dying bad.
4. No.
Oh,
Or 4.
we can't carry you.
Shit, here's the-
Then leave me there.
Or 4. Avoid
Yeah.
going to the doctor and hope I don't die.
Oof, not an option.
I mean,
Really? That's not an option. That's the line.
define pretty ill. Like, because there's like a pretty severe flu, like, time to nap it off.
Yeah. Just snap it off.
Well, no. I mean, pretty ill is more than just the flu.
Like, what?
Like you're vomiting days consecutively.
Oh, if it's not the case, then probably, yeah.
If there's no, like, reason for it, like, oh, I didn't eat something weird, yeah, that's probably straight to the doctor. Because, like, dehydration will straight up kill you.
That's true.
Well, if it's...
So
no,
wait,
we'll-
no. Here's the thing. It's like go to the doctor, obviously, or only go to the doctor if it gets really bad.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one.
I guess that is the one, isn't it?
Yeah, because, like,
Even I don't like doctors.
sometimes you just gotta wait a
Yeah.
little bit out. And, like, and even then...
Just
even
drink
if,
water.
And even if we're immediate, like, if
Oh,
I'm
no.
that sick, I'm not doing that well, I will call, like, someone who knows more doctors than me, like, who should I go to?
Yeah.
Because if you go to the wrong
Yeah.
doctor, they will fucking diagnose you.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's like, wait it out, and then just water it down. If it gets worse, then you go to the doctor.
Also, like, Ponzi has an edge because his mom used to be a nurse.
Yeah.
Like, she would
And
know,
my
like,
cousin's
when
a
it's
doctor, so
time.
we just call him, like, hey, something's up.
Yeah.
What do we do?
Okay. I think this might be the last one. I hope this is the last one. We're gonna average this one
Okay.
on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the highest.
Likert scales.
How together would you say your life is right now?
Oh, boy.
Five.
Rough ass.
Oh boy.
5.
Rough ass.
Wait, that's what's a 10?
Happy.
Oh, then no one's
You can
hitting
be
10.
a 5 and be
Happy and successful, I'm assuming? As an
Zero,
adult?
0 is like, well, you can't be on this podcast because you need to find a house. Like, you are homeless. How are you on BuzzFeed?
I'd say, I mean, there's always room for improvement, right? I'd
Yeah.
go with a 7 or 8.
I'm at a 5.
I'm with a 4.
Oh boy.
You're a teacher.
So we're gonna average this out and go with a
I'm not very together.
6.5. So
Nice,
are we
6.5.
rounding- Are we
Nice
rounding
passing.
up
Just passing.
or rounding down?
Oh, we always round down.
Oh boy. So
Just
we're a
passing.
6.
60%.
F2 you.
Okay, that was the
Not in
last
college.
one, and we've got an answer, guys.
But
Right.
how adult are we?
We are 68% adult.
Nice.
Wait.
Almost a D.
Wait.
No, let me read this out. You're a pretty damn good adult. While a lot of people's adult lives are basically them slowly sinking into a giant ocean, you are at least treading water and keeping your head up.
Yes.
You're very competent around the house and know how to look after yourself. You're the sort of person
Debatable.
who can always be trusted to sort out the bills, and you could host a successful dinner party without
Yes.
too much stress.
That's really specific.
Sometimes you feel like you're just a kid faking it, but we all are really. You're just faking it better than most.
I feel like
68% is better than most.
statistically, yes. Because it's better than more than 50%.
Thanks, BuzzFeed.
But it's just like so depressing now that 68% is considered good.
Look, 100% is a hard thing to reach in most
That
things.
is true.
Yeah.
But I want to know what the average is, though. Like,
And the average test takers on
Yeah.
BuzzFeed are gonna say like 20.
I'm not gonna bother checking.
We also add up to like 22.5% each an adult.
You also probably have to realize what's the demographic of people taking tests on BuzzFeed.
Us?
Also, we have
Much younger than us.
We have weird spikes.
Yeah, it's true. We do have weird
sometimes,
spikes.
we wake up really early or we really shitty with our bed
We are
covers. No, that's the grossest thing.
Sorry. It's
You
a
grody fuck.
sorry, that's how it is.
Oh, and
I have a
that's
big
that
bed.
test. Oh boy. Okay, so that's gonna do it for the fun part.
Yeah.
Now we go
yeah.
into the therapy session, I guess.
There's
Right?
the
Oh yeah, we might get dark, I guess, but
Hopefully
it's
not.
always gonna come from a place of
All right.
thumbs up.
I can't guarantee happiness, I'll guarantee honesty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. I mean, that's what part of being an adult is.
Yuck.
A long, long time ago, in this very house, the three of us spent a weekend playing Oblivion, going home, and then realizing Fight Night 3 was out, playing Fight Night, and then going to Burger King until morning. You could actually consider that one of our origin stories. That was around 20 years ago?
Well, no.
No, like 17, 16, a long time ago, a long-ass fucking time ago, in a town called Kickapoo.
Oh wow. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's around 11.
Right,
I
at
think
least 11
approximately
years.
11.
At least
because
11
that-
years, yeah.
12, because
Yeah.
that's around 2006.
I mean, we have known each other for a long time, since grade school.
Yep.
Yeah, we were hanging out, and we have been doing a lot of geek stuff. And now we're 33. Holy shit. And I mean, that affects your hobbies. And that's what we're going to talk about now. How has the things that we enjoyed together, grew up with, enjoyed individually as well, how have they been affected by the surge of adulthood? We make money now, sure, but we also have like a ton of responsibilities. Like, holy shit, there's so much to do, so much to see. So I'm not gonna continue. But just shit, like, and we'll look at how adulthood has affected our hobbies. Okay, so first we'll look at the practical. Time, like people love to say. But like that's the one thing you'll regret not having when you're an adult. You'll never have enough time. So why don't we have time now? What are you guys doing now that you weren't doing as like teenagers? As quote unquote adults.
Life.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Gawrsh.
Yeah.
Gawrsh.
Fuck.
I mean, we all work. We all need to pay rent. We're like, yeah, Pons, what is your day look like?
Oh, okay. Mostly work, really. That's.
Walk us through the day of the life of a teacher during summer class.
Oh boy. Okay. I have a full load this summer, so
urge to say that's what she said. Rising. Sorry, continue.
teaching load, like a burden. Yeah. So my Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule is pretty much starts at 10 a.m. I have class until 12:30.
What do you teach now?
Huh?
What do you teach now?
I'm teaching Digital Studio, which is the basic like design software suite.
That's quote unquote simple, but it is like intense in that. How long is each class?
It's about 2.5 hours per class, and I do that Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I have a break in the middle for lunch, and I do another round for a different class until 4 o'clock from 1:30 to 4. It for me, I think it's a challenge because I'm not a very good technical skill teacher. That's just not how my training has been. I'm more comfortable talking about lecture stuff, theory class.
That's a huge mental load.
Yeah. But the technical skills, because you have to kind of scale it down and be clear about how to do the instructions. And then on Tuesday, Thursdays, I teach one class from 1 to 4:30 and 1 to 5 on Thursday. Tuesdays 1 to 4:30, Thursdays 1 to 5.
So adding in the commute.
Yeah.
How much time do you have to yourself?
Because here's the thing about teaching. What they don't tell you. and you find out
The
horrifically
secrets,
after.
the magician's
It's
secrets.
the magician's secrets. Ooh,
You're
unveil.
all graded C.
Yes. No, I start with like a B and then prove to me that you're worth better. No, I'm kidding.
Holy shit.
No, the thing is like they don't count in ours the prep for the class you'll deliver the next day. So let's say class ends at 5 and I have nothing else I have to go to. If I'm lucky, I get home in like an hour. And then
But man, the QC traffic's fucked.
yeah, so sometimes it's rough, like near the mall area.
Didn't we have a friend who got stuck there for like 4 hours and just stood outside angrily?
I mean, that happens, right?
Yeah.
But on a good day, I get home in like 30 minutes. On a bad day, I get home in like an hour and 30.
That's an hour and 30 hours.
Yeah, it's an hour and 30 that
you never get back.
sometimes it's more just because of the wait time to get the ride. Because that's also a thing to consider. And then you go home and then you have to prep, which means to set up your slides or do the extra research or prepare the modules and whatnot, which could take like the next 3 hours or so.
So it's wake up, work, go home, prep work, sleep.
Pretty much. There's eating some there. Sometimes I YouTube my way to sleep.
That's
the best way to sleep.
That's a passive way of entertainment. I don't have to flip a page.
Yeah, because like if you fall asleep, that's fine. Like the video will stop, and you're still good. Sometimes I read comics to sleep.
Do you like go out at all? Social?
Weekends. This is it, or recordings. I don't go out much. I'm not a very social person.
You're getting fiber, and I hate you. Go on.
That's true. Yes. Finally, I now don't have to leave the house.
And now you can fall asleep to 1080.
Yeah, man. I mean, I can do that now, except that it sometimes stops.
Buffering.
It buffers. So hopefully now it wouldn't buffer. Yeah. So, but I'm not a very sociable kind of guy.
Shit.
There are days I spend like hours in the office.
Oh, shit, dude. Even if you were a sociable kind of guy, I don't know if like you'd have time for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, which is why like it's hard to kind of manage friends in like, socialization with friends. Like, let's say I want to go out with friends. That means I have to look maybe a week ahead, just to plan it and execute that plan.
It can't just be like, I'm doing this today.
Yeah, because sometimes like they're not available, and then sometimes I'm not available.
Yeah.
Like I mean, my next 3 weeks are booked. Like 3 weekends are booked. Like I know what I'm doing for those next 3 Saturdays.
Hurts.
And I kind of want my Sunday to be mine, just so Monday isn't. So which means like if I'm to do any of my hobbies, it's chances are it's on a Sunday. But sometimes like I do prep. Work for Monday class on Sundays.
So it's still work.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot. I don't have a life. I have the work. I stay in the office when I have
a career.
I told you this was going to be a therapy session.
Yeah.
It's just that I'm looking forward to like an out of town trip in the next 3 weeks. That's all I'm like thinking about.
Oh, we should go out of town.
And how does that make you feel?
Oh, Gawrsh, man. It made me feel like crap.
And that's why you should pick a career you love. Because you're not gonna, if you can't do it.
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
But it's not something bad, right? I mean, it is.
And even if you love it, it's gonna be exhausting.
When they say like you pick a career that you love, it doesn't mean it's not gonna be difficult or exhausting. It will be. Which I think is why the value of doing the hobbies and the consciousness of trying to be aware of like pursuing these hobbies is important.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'd be like crazy mad by now.
I mean,
because like the past week I would it's a full lid, like from morning after school, after class I had to do like demo classes and assess the teaching applicants like for a week, like 6 of them. You have to sit through a half an hour of demo classes.
Jesus, that seems like a shit show.
It is a shit show. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not. And then you still have to process the participants, right? It's like the assessors, like the students and the faculty. And you just kind of have to talk about it, which takes another like hour plus. And then there's like more, like prep for class tomorrow. So it's the grind.
Sausage. It's the sausage making of teachers.
Plus, like, and specifically for me, like I have other non-teaching things to do.
Yeah.
So I have a project I'm working on, and I have like some
And you just
freelance
and you
thing.
just have to cram all that.
And I just have to
shit
cram it,
together.
and I have to fix my brother's like wedding thing, which invites, which is a thing.
You're doing the graphic design for your brother's wedding.
Yeah.
I thought that's like a Ponzi tradition.
Yeah.
The eternal best man.
Best man in graphic design for the wedding.
His secret weapon is Google.
It is. So it gets pretty full.
And do you have time for like?
Yeah, sometimes I squeeze it in between. Like when I'm
Comics,
prepping,
yeah.
sometimes like if there's a show I'm watching, which is at one point was My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
I caught up and I'd watch it like on the commute or before I go to sleep or
Just put a show
during
on.
lunch.
You
During
find, for the bigger stuff, you find a way to squeeze. some
Yeah.
stuff.
Like tomorrow I'm running a D&D game.
Mm.
So that's fun for me. Like there's a lot of prep. It's also exhausting, but at least it's going to be fun, I think. And
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed running that kind of stuff. That's the hobbies. As you know, if you listen to the last episode, my computer gaming machine is currently down.
Oh, that's right.
See, that's continuity, guys.
How about you, Pat? I mean, like, what is a day
For Pat, like.
for Pat?
For Patinator,
What is-
like.
Sleep at 9 p.m.
Oh man, I can't do that.
you.
I just, even if I wanted to, I couldn't do that.
I want to.
Ah,
my ideal thing is like I go home, I eat, I sleep at 9.
my daughter's not asleep at 9 p.m.
Sorry, man.
Oh,
Anyway, sleep at 9 because here's the thing: I don't have air conditioning, and the area, even with like great fans, like good new fans,
Yeah.
it's fucking steaming. It's
It
fucking
is.
warm to the point where people are concerned that, oh, you're gonna get asthma attacks from the heat,
Right.
and the dust, and it's a very dusty area. I mean, I like the place, but it's kind of a hellscape sometimes. So I do that so I can do a lot in the morning.
Yeah.
So I can work while it's cold. 5 a.m. I'm up.
That's why you wake up at 5.
Yeah. I spend an hour in bed just like,
Oh, yeah,
hey, it's kind of nice here.
Yeah.
Look at pick up the phone, look
Yeah.
at Reddit. Like, oh, there's nothing here. It's garbage.
Yeah.
Put it away.
Like I'm up by 6.
Yeah.
Stay in bed for like the next 30, 40, 50 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I have to like rush my bath to prep, to dress up, and then out the door.
I don't have to do that because like I work from home, which is super neat. But by 5, 6, I have to get up, and I have to take care of the blind cat. I have to feed it. I have to make sure like check its box, make sure it didn't shit anywhere, which is nice because cats like shit in the box. Like kitty litter's amazing. Like it just dries up shit and pee. Like wow, this
what
really
is kitty litter?
what?
What is kitty
It's
litter?
sand.
Yeah,
It's just basically sand.
Oh, really?
yeah, but it's
Yeah.
like special sand, but like dries up everything.
Oh, so it's not like...
Like, it
it's-
clumps things, so
Ah.
they're easy to dispose of.
I just thought it was like sand. I thought it was like standard sand, which
Yeah.
people call it like fancy stuff.
That's what I thought, but apparently it's like really good. And I finally got one that's hypoallergenic, so I don't like choke at night. And then I get up.
As early as 9 p.m.
Yeah, it's not a good experience to choke to sleep. Some people might like it. I personally do not. I ain't kink shaming you, but holy fuck. And I
It's
get
not
up.
fun unless you're like doing stuff, right?
I don't know.
Because if you're just choking because of sand,
Some people might like. It's a really specific
I
fetish.
guess. I mean,
And like after that, I get up, start sweep the inside of the house. Clean up dog shit. They're outside. We don't shit in the house, but clean up dog shit. Feed the dogs, who will immediately shit the food out. Clean the dog shit again while my breakfast is cooking. I usually by that before I sleep I clean everything up anyway. But there's just dust. Dust is everywhere. Holy fuck! I have to clean the fans later. No, Sunday, because Sunday is like clean furniture day. Because
clean
you
my
got,
furniture.
I can't clean it every day. What the fuck? Calm down. I'm only one man. And usually,
this is therapy session.
Yeah, this is therapy
We are
session,
all
isn't it?
unraveling in
Oh
this one.
boy.
but it's fine because like the plan for the morning is to clean everything up, to fix everything, so that my afternoon's free for straight up work.
Oh, so you work in the afternoon?
I don't have a choice because like I usually finish everything, like even my cooking
Yeah.
for my brother. 11, like that's straight up. That's
11 a.m.
Yeah, 11 a.m. I'm done with the morning chores.
Yeah.
Sure. But it's fucking noon. And
Yeah.
I'm on fire.
Yeah.
And not like this girl is on fire, I'm gonna win the Hunger Games. More like Satan's here. And he's like, "What's up, buddy?"
he's my guest.
He's my guest. And like, "You want to sit in my armpit?" And I'm like, "I guess." Do you say no to Satan? I guess you should. But when he's in your living room, he's a guest. You gotta
By the grand tradition of guests.
give him the benefit of the doubt. And it's like it's terrible. It's still warm.
Yeah.
And you work, and I work, and I keep working until like 6, 7, and then I got maybe 2 hours. Fortunately, since I work, I write articles, I record. I can watch stuff in the background.
Do you consider like doing your YouTube channel separate from work?
It's a hobby.
Is it a fun hobby for you? Like, is it in your category?
Extremely.
That's a fun hobby.
Like some of the most rewarding moments in the past few months were not just my community interacting with each other, but like I got a compliment and it was nice.
What's a compliment?
It's not like, "This would be better if you didn't talk."
Which is still my favorite comment on your channel.
Mine is like, "If you're not Canadian, I don't want to live on this planet anymore. Sorry, man. I'm not
Sorry to
Canadian.
disappoint.
Sorry, man." But like,
We're not in the Canada of Asia.
it's rewarding, but I know it's a hobby, but it's something I enjoy. But like, and I mean, if I can make it a job, that's like a nice congruence of geek hobbies,
Right.
and money. And you guys were the ones who like gave me one of the pushes for it when you were like, "You should do this on YouTube," and you're like, "Haha, funny, but maybe." But the priority is, even though like, and that's why I've been missing a few episodes the past few weeks, is that does it pay the bills? Because if I can't put food on the table, like the hobby doesn't work. You can't let what you want to do get in the way of what you have to do, and that's what I have to do right now. Just pay the bills and be responsible. And that's up until like 8 p.m. and then I kind of rest a little. I mean, I think I just mentioned this, but like I get the opportunity to watch stuff.
Yeah.
Like while I'm working, that's kind of nice. I get to game. I get to like play a game, but that actually does factor into my purchases as well. Like a game that I can't see doing well on YouTube or gathering me an audience suddenly becomes way less appealing to me to purchase. And there are games I didn't purchase just because of that. Frostpunk is one of them. Like I can see it working, but I do not have the streaming or the time frame to make it a feasible purchase for me. Like I have to think of my hobby relative to maybe making money off it someday. And sometimes it does get frustrating. But
does it still feel like a hobby? I mean, does it still feel like a hobby despite, well, you just described it as, you're asking the question, does it make money? Or can it make money? I mean, do you still see it as a hobby then? Or will you still see it as a hobby in future?
Oh, that I don't know. That's a rough question. I hope I do. And at the very least, I hope I still enjoy it. Because when it's like, if you don't enjoy it, it's really hard to watch someone who's miserable. That's no fun.
And you can tell, I guess. I mean, with the performances that you get,
People can tell. I don't know. Somebody called me like one of the kindest people on YouTube, and I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, nah, thank you. I really appreciate it. It did warm the heart, but I was making an effort to be nicer as a whole. But to answer your question, I don't know. I hope I do. At the very least, I think that's a rule. You have to do something you enjoy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in terms of just like, I'm going to play this game and sit down and just veg out for a few hours, like, I have not done that in a while. Like, I need sleep. I need sleep and I can't do it.
I guess it's a little off tangent, but so you have a lot of videos. I mean, you put out a lot of videos. You actually play a lot of games. Do you enjoy them? Because I know you mentioned before you stopped enjoying XCOM, you stopped enjoying Gwent,
For a while, yeah.
So, do you enjoy them? When you choose the next game, when you choose the next game that you're going to actually make content about, is it something that you want to play or something that you think someone else might want to see you play?
That's a good question.
It has to be a mix of both. As for Gwent, I don't enjoy where the game is right now, but I enjoy the base mechanics, which is why I'm still playing it, because I can still do really dumb shit there.
Oh, so you play it even not while recording?
Oh no, I don't have the time. Like it's envy energy because I make fun of it a lot for it being simple, but there's still a lot of decision making. As for whether or not what I play, primarily I have to look for the conjunction of both. Like if I think I will enjoy it and people will enjoy watching it in the YouTube format, I play it. If it's just one or the other, I can't. It's not a smart play. I've tried it. I've tried playing something that I knew the audience just wanted me to do. Tried playing something that I want to do it. I'm going to make a video on it, but I'm pretty sure no one's going to like seeing it. But damn it, I'm going to... No, that's...
Have you just played without the video aspect of it? Just,
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
For myself.
Just for yourself.
What was the last game you played for yourself?
No video, no thing about uploading, no audience in mind.
Dragon Ball Fighters.
Oh.
Dragon Ball Fighters. That's right, because I had this fucking itch. Just like be Vegeta Blue. My guy. On a scale of... No jackass says, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll rate you a 3, and then smashes your face into the ground. That guy is awesome. He says that. It's lame, but I fucking love it.
I think it's pretty cool. Like,
and every time he supers, it's you cocky bastard. Final Flash. Like, you're so fucking lame and I love you. And that's it. Because the reason I didn't make a video on it is, holy shit, that's if you want skill sets in commentary, a different genre has a different skill set.
Yeah.
The pace of the game, the visual, how it looks to the audience, the things that are happening. There's a different pace for how you can do commentary. A roguelite, anything that you can do at your own pace is great for a podcast style thing. Mm-hmm. The Northern Lion style of commentary. The Day 9 style of commentary, which is more discussion focused. Like he's a great streamer because he really does interact with the audience very hard. Like he goes into off tangents.
Okay.
But with Hearthstone, which means he can answer short questions while the other guy is taking his turn, and that's the style of it. Tactics games, and then there's Beagle Rush with that entire style. I forgot to have first question. What was the first question?
Wait, what?
Why did you not make a...
Oh, why not a video on that? Because that's a style I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, there are Maximilian Dude is excellent at it, but it's hard to craft a narrative and to create a discussion at the speed a fighting game goes.
Okay.
Like it is, especially if you're not streaming it, it is rough.
Is Dragon Ball a faster paced fighting game than the other, like say Tekken?
It's also, yes, it's super fast, and there's so much light and anger on the screen. It's just flashing lights. There's gotta be like a seizure warning before it. That's actually part of the strategy. There's so much smoke happening, you don't see what that guy's doing.
Oh.
Also because I don't think that's the audience I have on the channel.
Right.
They're more of the slower game type. Like the card games type. For the longest time, that was just the channel. Card games and tactics games.
Yeah.
And that was the one. Those are the types that perform the best there. I mean, so that's how it's even changed what I can enjoy, like the time and the money investment into stuff.
I mean, one deliberate thing I think I noticed when I shifted, like when I got older playing games, is two things. One, I think I mentioned this before in an old episode. I deliberately lower the difficulty.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the time to just...
the game, because like back then I had the time to grind it out, right? But now it's just like, you know what? I don't need the challenge.
Yeah.
I don't need the expert level. Like in my head, I probably could finish the game with the difficulty that's average to above average.
It'll just take more time.
But it'll take so much more time, and like I just don't have that in me. I don't have the energy for it, even if I had the time. Because there's so many things to do. And the other one is like I pick deliberately like simple games to play. Like
I get that.
Either games I don't have to blitz, right? I want games I can do per piece, or just simpler stories, like shorter ones.
Shit, games that you save wherever.
Yeah, especially that. Like, so I do like Ghost Recon Wildlands because like I don't have to. There's no like straightforward narrative to it. I can play 2 missions, call it a night, go to sleep. Takes me like an hour for those 2 missions.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, I can't do that. You know, the whole 2 mission thing.
You're not that type of style?
No, not
So
at all.
how have you changed? Like how did you shift now that you've married, 2 have kids?
Well, I guess so. I mean, that's probably the biggest change, right? Funnily enough, among the 3 of us, I probably have the relatively lightest day-to-day schedule. My day usually consists of it depends. There's no routine. So there are some days which are incredibly heavy, where I'm driving around the city and spending hours in traffic just trying to get to the next meeting. Sometimes skipping out meals because of that. And there are the times that, I have a completely free day. Those are the nice times.
Yeah.
But even though I have a completely free day, the thing that changed the most, back when we were in high school, we were in college, completely free day means, I can plop my ass down on this chair and I can finish Skyrim.
Yeah.
Or, well, Skyrim was Oblivion. or Mass Effect.
High school? That was Diablo.
That was Mass Effect, wasn't
One.
it? It was
One.
One was
Yeah.
That was also around the time someone was passing around like a bootleg Diablo 2 expansion called Lord of Distraction.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, it's accurate,
Yeah.
but wrong.
Yeah.
So-
that was also Warcraft free.
Yeah.
was
Oh, yeah.
Warcraft
That was
3.
Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
The much awaited Warcraft 3.
We are now carbon dated.
So I mean, there are those days where it's a relatively light day. I only have to have one meeting or none at all, and those are the days that normally, I would just plop down, catch up on shows, or play a good 6 hours of video games. I mean, that used to be the life.
Oh man.
Yeah. Now that's changed quite a bit. Now, basically, the long and short of it is every free minute that I can get that my daughters are awake, I'm going to try to spend it with them.
Yeah.
So really, the only free time that I get would be after around 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock in the evenings, yeah.
Jesus.
After 10 o'clock in the evenings, I have maybe a good 2-3 hours of my own time where I can put in time into a game, or time into watching a movie, or time into a show or something. And that's basically my day-to-day. That's about it. So, I mean, essentially, that is the life. That's the day-to-day life now. It's regardless if there are days that are filled with work.
Yeah.
And then there are days that have no work but are filled with spending time with my kids.
I don't know, but it actually seems... Here's the thing. With Ponzi and my schedule, we're kind of controlled, but you don't know when you're going to get interrupted. So even if it's like a light day, you have to be on the ready. Like,
no, I mean, I've already put myself in the mentality, basically. My wife and I have put ourselves in the mentality that if we're not doing a work-related thing, we are spending time with our daughters. So that's basically where we are. The free... my wife doesn't get any free time. I mean, if I get a little free time, she gets even less. Having a toddler and having a 3-month-old, that really takes a toll on her time. I take the toddler whenever I can. The 3-year-old needs special attention from her. So, yeah, I mean, we're basically full-time on them. The time that we can get to ourselves would be when the 2 kids are asleep. And that usually is at about 10 o'clock if we're lucky.
do they line up or do they just sleep in turn? So
So the 3-month-old, it doesn't really matter. The 3-month-old wakes up, feeds, goes back to sleep, and she's completely happy.
Relatively low hassle.
Yeah, I mean, but my 2.5-year-old, she has a pretty set time. So we try to work around that. I think
It's a structure thing, at least, right?
yeah. I think some of the best time would be when we actually are able to go out and take her out as well. So at least,
Or like
you know,
family stuff?
No.
Just-
I mean, even if we were just wanted to walk around in a mall
Oh,
together,
okay.
you know, that's a lot of fun. It's not being stuck at home and
Right.
trying to figure out ways to entertain the 2.5-year-old.
That's what that
Let
is.
the
'Cause
mall
that is
do
what
it.
that is. And we make it a point that we don't want to plop her in front of a TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah.
And so basically that means, okay, figuring out a new way to entertain her. Whatever that may be.
There's no auto babysitter here.
So, in terms of my hobbies, I don't have a lot anymore. I mean, I've
The saddest line so far.
I don't have a lot. Like I used to play guitar all the time. I used to
Yeah.
love playing the guitar. I haven't really had much time to practice.
I honestly, I got my amp back up my room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my brother actually saw like I got a new guitar, and then he asked me to play a song. Said maybe.
Yeah. Like I've forgotten everything about it. Wait, what am I missing out on this here?
You gonna be the one that says me?
Yeah, like my brother asked me to play a song, so I said maybe.
The Wonderwall reference.
Oh.
Sorry, I've been waiting for this entire episode to sneak that one in. I don't actually have a guitar.
As the resident Oasis fan, I got that immediately.
Do you still get to listen to music? No,
Yeah.
that's a legit thing.
Yeah,
Because he might just be
It's
stuck
a silly
in Moana.
question, right?
Yeah.
But like,
No, I mean
it's
music.
worth asking.
Music is one of those things that you can do passively. You can do it in the car,
Yeah, but
right? So
do
I
you-
mean, Spotify is amazing,
yeah.
especially since they put our podcast on there.
All right.
Yeah.
Which you should
Yes.
totally look for. It's called
Oh,
Between
boy.
Keyboard and Chair.
So there's a new joke. The joke's not dead.
Have you heard?
Have you heard?
But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I still have some like I still try and get those 2-3 hours to play City Skylines or Skyrim or something.
Hey,
When
you're
I get
stuck
the
in that
shot.
Skyrim. Yeah, and you played
Yeah.
Frostpunk, which
Yeah. So I mean those are nice, but yeah, when it comes to the big 60-70 hour games, it's just not gonna happen. I really want to be able to play Assassin's Creed Origins. It's just not gonna happen. Same thing with Shadow of War.
Not as easy as before. Yeah.
No, not at all. And don't get me wrong, like it's great. Like I mean, even though it got in the way of the stuff that I used to enjoy. I mean, I love spending time with my kids, with my wife, and yeah.
I look forward to like what they project as long stretches of weekends or days that I can actually sneak in
Yeah.
a few hours of a long game,
Mhm.
or like either finish a thing you've been letting it hang for a while, or starting a new one. But unlike before, where it's like a matter of like wake up. Even when we graduated, right? There was a cycle at one point where you just wake up, turn on the computer, play the game.
yeah, we used to wake up and play TF2 all
Yep,
the time.
and we got good at. I mean, I got good at. You were good at it already, Matt. And I got good at that game just because like that was the cycle. It was insane. I wake up at 8, turn on the computer. have
Nigo
breakfast
and I
with-
would be very...
Yeah, and then they would be there. I would eat my breakfast as I play, in between being dead during rounds. And that's the cycle. Like, and I start working, quote unquote, on things like at maybe 1 p.m.
It's a hell of a lot of freedom here.
Yeah, and then like clock out, play the TF2 again before going to sleep.
So that's of course the natural next question. What did you give up? Like, because you gotta cut some shit out, and not just what did you have. What, like, you might never get it because you don't give it up if like you really want it.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna find time for it. There's gotta be something that you're like, this is the painful one I gotta stop doing, but I don't have the time for it anymore.
Movies.
You don't watch as much
I don't
anymore.
watch movies. You know, when I was never I was all right. Like I watched movies with you guys a lot back in college.
Yeah.
When we graduated and I met my wife, well, my girlfriend then, my wife now, not as much. We didn't really, that was really a thing for us, you know. Sometimes we watch movies at home or whatnot, but we didn't really go to cinemas.
Right.
And slowly but surely, movies just got cut out completely. Like movie.
You watch once a year in the cinema.
Oh, and once a year is already a lot. You know, I mean,
Usually when we drag you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know, but even
He
at
needs
home,
extra pushes.
I'm talking about even at home. Like I barely get to, like, even off of Netflix, I barely get to watch. It's always about that time. You always are gonna see that running time. That running time is like, you're lucky if it says an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then makes you think, I have an hour and a half. What can I do with that hour and a half? I could watch a movie, maybe watch a couple of episodes of something, maybe put a little bit of time into a game. And frankly, sometimes it's really bloody paralyzing because that if there's one thing that I hate, it's time limits, right?
Yeah.
So it and
Clearly.
So, you got an hour and a half. What are you gonna do with that hour and a half? And
Listen to this podcast.
Hey!
Now on Spotify.
And you start thinking, what else could I do with that hour and a half? And then you think, hey, should I do that one? Hey, should I do the other one? Hey, should I do that one? And then you end up sitting on your ass watching some YouTube videos, and there you go, an hour and a half is gone. It's horrible.
GG.
Never grow up.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying that to everyone. Just before you hit 30, just
No.
Skip.
Don't
skip to 60. Enjoy the benefits.
Hold on, there's a lot of sex you're missing between 30 and
You
60.
can still have sex at 60.
It's gross.
Well, depends. For you or to them.
Little A, little B. Have you read The Notebook? It ends with old people fucking.
Yeah, but it's that I mean, if you're the old person, you're just having sex.
I mean...
Right? Like, you don't have to be visualizing someone else.
Yeah.
So what did you give up, Pat?
Happiness.
Oh. The most regretful and the hardest one? Especially since I got a gift about it, like the year I stopped doing it. DMing. I essentially stopped. Like, I want to say, but like, I'm a little jealous every time, like, Ponzi, because he tells the stories about how he's DMing more. No, it's fine.
I learned from the best. Which is actually what I use a lot of, like, from the experience that
Why, thank you, Pons.
Huh?
I appreciate that.
He was also one of our DMs. That was also
was
yeah, he was.
Oh, that's a drag.
What an asshole.
Yeah, because
I remember him building ships, and that's about it.
Yeah, that was Tim built a lot of Lego ships.
Damn nicest ships you've ever seen in the D.
That's actually
D&D.
true.
That's true.
He made very detailed ships.
I'll give that.
Like a lot of set pieces. But yeah, I couldn't. Because we've been playing D&D since 3.5.
Yeah.
Like, 4th Ed was just a dream that people thought would save D&D.
Yeah.
Which it was not. It almost killed it. But
Come and gone.
we
thought it was the future. We were lied to.
we played. I was an Asimar. Tim was a pirate. That was a rogue. It was Johnny Walker who kept stealing shit mid-fight. Ponzi was always a variation of a dwarf.
It's still accurate.
And I got the trial by fire by these fuckers because my first D&D group was like 13 fucking people.
Yeah.
At the smallest.
That was insane. That was insane. I couldn't imagine doing that, saying yes to that.
Yeah, I did it in my first game. It was squad battles. And the scaling of power when there's 13 of you is insane.
I don't even remember if there was a story.
There was. I somehow managed to. I gave you individual stories.
I mean, I get the individual, but I don't remember the big plot.
Oh, I couldn't because there were individual stories. I was hoping you guys gave a shit about each other. And then that was like the very first campaign. It was the Panzer campaign because you all just beat the shit out of everything. And the annoying thing is like these are like you were all fiction oriented. Like you guys got geek hobbies, so you weren't stupid. Like I could not trick you.
Savvy motherfuckers.
And that was the most enjoyable part of it. Was like trying to make an enjoyable, non-predictable experience. Or at least enjoyable experience, because someone would always blurt out the answer, and I would pretend it wasn't, and just think up a new one.
To be fair, Pat has a great denial face.
Yeah, I have to, and I loved that. I mean, there were times I wanted to be the player, but it's mostly like I did enjoy the construction and did enjoy the challenge, and trying to figure out how do I make this fun for people. And why does Tim keep insisting that Avenger Ranger thing isn't busted? It's literally busted. It was nerfed, man. That multi-class he did was busted. And my girlfriend, that at the start wasn't my girlfriend at the start of the campaign. Later on became. Well,
were you not at that start?
Not at the start. But a Faerun we were. When we ran a Faerun campaign. We were.
Okay. But
where she one-shot like a creature, I meticulously printed, I figured it out, and then like, disintegrate! And I failed the save. And it was all over. And that's when I learned not to put in too much love into the character.
Into one monster.
I love that design of that thing. But that's the thing. Doing that is a huge mental load. It's a huge amount of preparation. And I had a lot of tricks. I had a lot of tricks to shave down that time.
Yeah.
Like to the point where at 3.5 I could still run a campaign off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I can make most of the characters except fucking science. Fuck those guys.
Yeah, I never kind of got the science thing.
And I can run off the top of my head. I could run most 4th ed off the top of my head. And I had to because you guys kept going places you weren't. I didn't expect anybody to. But like, why? That's not so reasonable. There's the hawk. Just put it in your mouth.
That's how fish are. Can I just sidebar something?
Yeah.
We played around an average of 8 hours.
Yeah, we long
every
run.
session.
Oh yeah.
And when I was talking to like my other friends who have tried D&D before, their minds explode when I tell them that number.
Like, how do you play for 8?
So how long do you play? Like, usually like last 8-10 hours. Like until 5 a.m. Like, and there's like, what?
Who does that?
Like, wait, not normal?
No. More to the point. What are you doing in less?
Yeah, like what do you achieve at 3 hours, man? Like at least 5 minimum.
Like you walked in.
Like just the squabbling with the playmates is.
Yeah, you guys squabbled a lot. I think my favorite moment was Tim clarified, "I am going to move into that square." And then the next guy, the guy before him was like, "I move into that square." And he's like, "What the fuck?" And he just turned away from the table and walked. And I was like, wow, I don't have to do shit. This is great. We're creating drama.
In party tension.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think the worst or the best part is it's rarely out of malice.
Yeah. It's just like I wasn't paying attention or I think I'm doing good.
I think I'm doing good. This is the move, right? Yeah. Like, yeah, it is my move though.
And like making the not really conscious, but making the passive decision to do that is sometimes I think about running again and I realize like hell, it's like 7 months into the year. We haven't seen most of our friends.
That's true.
That's true.
And
the last time we saw them as a whole was Migo's wedding.
It's their wedding, yeah.
That was like 3 months ago.
And even if I were to say like let's play, even in my head it's like we should just hang out for a bit. Like we haven't seen each other, and it's just a time. And even before that, we were running out of time. Like we people just got busy. And
I mean, it's a surprise that we still kind of hang out at one point before, just because people got busy a lot. Everyone was.
And what about you, Pons? What did you give up of note?
Strangely enough, I actually gave up 2 things, I think. I used to pretend I'm an artist, and so I drew.
I remember that. You used to draw art of our characters.
Yeah, I did, and I found my files. Like I still kind of want to color them.
Hey, did you find the file where the webcomic was at?
What 404?
You used to have an idea.
Keep coming back when I type the comic I should have made.
The comic I
We
should have
were planning that on the onset of the webcomic boom.
Yeah, like 10 years ago and stuff.
Man, I remember that.
Yep.
Hey, Pons, where's our webcomic?
404
Pons, where's our
Final
webcomic?
Sound.
They gave us a book on how to make webcomics.
I know.
It's a Christmas gift.
I gave you a card once. I think it had one of them. I could be wrong. I used to draw. I used to think I was an artist, and then I gave that up pretty quickly. And the other one is actually I miss playing like you. I miss playing guitar with music. I mean, the last time I made music was for the show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
And that was bad. I mean, I know that because I was just fiddling with the software. I don't know how to play piano. I didn't know how the software worked. So it was just really experimentation, which was like rewarding. It was very interesting to do. Just to kind of stitch together like sounds into a fairly coherent thing. So I think that's the one I gave up. I mean, I don't read as much comics. I don't play as much games. I don't even watch as much TV. But I still kind of make that happen a little bit. And it's a conscious decision. I
You can't just
that,
marathon shit anymore.
Yeah, I rarely do. Like, even if I do marathon, it's like stuff I've watched before.
Mm.
And like, I don't even watch as much like Korean drama or subtitled stuff because you need to pay attention to that kind of stuff.
And those are the things that are going to take up time.
Yeah, because like for you, it's like the hour and a half thing, right?
Yeah.
And like instead of me doing my slides, I have to pay attention, or else what is that going on for?
Yeah.
Right. If it were like an English show, then sure,
And
like,
just listen.
in, and
Yeah.
that keeps me Zen mode, working on it. So those are the things I kind of gave up mostly. I do think that I make a conscious decision to watch shows and read comics as a matter to distance myself from all work.
That's your decompress.
Yeah, because like I have nothing else. Like, I'm not dating, so therefore, like, I don't have to make time for other people, except for I guess family. Which really, honestly,
I guess that's a preface.
yeah. I mean, you don't need that much for anything. So it was it's a choice between like work or not, or like just nothing else, right?
Yeah.
And so like, because I find myself like just doing more work and like just throwing myself into it, and that is maddening sometimes.
Oh Jesus! Like if it's just
Yeah.
all work all the time, especially like you work in your room too, right? Because your workspace.
Yeah,
is
and
there.
I try to avoid. So actually, the thing is, like, I try to avoid doing that because my desk and chair is not comfortable.
Also, it'll mess up your head.
It messes up my head, yeah. And so like I feel like I make a choice to I'm gonna read comics this Sunday. I'm gonna watch the show. I listen to podcasts. So it's a lot of consumption. I do kind of miss the creation part.
Yeah.
Which is why I guess I do like this show. This is a fairly creative exercise.
Yeah.
That's what I gave up. Music and creativity. I gave up creativity.
That's.
Sorry, Prometheus.
I'm gonna have to ask you to get off the couch. We're not qualified for this kind of therapy. Yeah, but it's not just our habits that have changed. I mean, we're older now. We're more experienced, in theory, or at the very least, we are here longer. So
The illusion of experience.
experience. At the very least, you've slept more, and
Yes.
like, there's got to be a change. Like, there's got to be a change in how you've seen a lot of shows, like personally, or shows or music. Some music's not gonna appeal to you. Like for me, like I like the Goofy movie. I really do. I love which now you know why that's the opening.
That's the payoff. We got here.
And like there's so many moments there, like as a kid I thought was just, that's just sad.
Yeah.
Because like there's one where they're on the car and it's like, I just wanted to be part of your life. That's why I want to bring you to a concert. And it's just like, okay, that's messed up. And then like now as an adult I'm watching it again. Like that's really sad. because not everybody has a single father
Yeah.
caring for this kid, and who in the second movie gets fired from his fucking job. Like, that's the start of a Goofy movie too.
Forgot that plot point.
Yeah, right? And now I
yeah,
watched it again, like, you were fired? And you're depressed because your son is leaving you?
Yeah.
Like, to go to
Emptiness.
college? And then, you know what this fucker does? He doesn't stay sad. I can't get a good job because I don't have a degree because he never graduated college. So what does he do? He goes to college! Like, this motherfucker makes an effort to provide for his kid, and then he bangs a hot librarian. That's it, Goofy's story. That's how that ends.
Man, Goofy's the best.
Goofy's awesome.
Yuck.
Apparently, not a dog, separate species, like an offshoot of dog, and that's why he can walk Pluto.
That's why.
Yeah.
So it's not
Yeah.
a strange thing.
Yeah, like stuff like, and like GTO, like Great Teacher Onizuka. It's a manga about a street thug turned into teacher.
High school, right?
Yeah, who solves
Grade school?
middle school.
Middle school.
Like, we intentionally did not give him high school students for obvious reasons. They're like, it's gonna be awkward. They gave him the most troubled class because they thought he would be unconventional enough and can use his German suplex to solve
I
problems.
mean, I love the school admin thinking, yeah, that's how we solve that problem.
They were out of solutions. It was fucked.
I love their openness and willingness to accept unconventional, physically violent solutions for that kind of deal.
Yeah, because when I watched it before, I was a student. Like, I was looking at it from like, oh, maybe it would be cool to have a teacher like that. And now as an adult, like, I relate more to him than the appreciation of him. And he's like, one of the most striking early lines where it's like, bunch of kids breaking into school, threaten the principal. And they're like, because they kicked me out. And the principal's like, because they're trash. And Onizuka gets this look of like complete peace and like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this, because he's picking up the principal and suplexing him, because like, you don't instead of defending him from the punks, because he's like, you don't call kids trash. And he has this monologue later on where he's thinking,
The moral authority argument.
I mean, you really shouldn't suplex him.
through a suplex.
That was the best part.
And
he
I love
just
these stories.
and he has a monologue later wondering if he would have been as fucked up if adults didn't call him trash as a kid. And that, like,
That got really like serious right
shit
there.
gets real. In the first 6 episodes of the early of the anime, there are 2 suicide attempts that he foils.
Damn.
I'm like, I don't remember it being serious. I just thought caring, cool teacher who knows
Suplex.
suplexes. And now I'm like, that's a real problem that needs to be answered.
Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of teachers are not equipped or did not go into teaching to deal with this shit. And yet here we are. Yeah, man. So what I mean, comics, like you've been growing up with comics. Like,
But the thing is, my taste in comics has, I think, not evolved to a degree that is noticeable. I think I'm just a bit more critical about the things I read, and not critical in the sense that I'm snooty. I think I just like appreciate and see more narrative nuance in them. But as far as like the shifts in preference or things, I think it's music that affected it the most. Like, I grew up with, the fairly close-minded notion of like rock and roll is the best and metal is better.
There's country.
I did. Like,
I like country.
Yeah,
I hated
country's
country.
amazing.
That's the thing. Like, I grew up like not liking country at all. I thought that was like unrelatable stuff. And I didn't like pop because I thought it was corny as shit.
Right.
And so for a long time, from high school, late grade school to high school, I'd avoid those deliberately. To the extent that, like, remember the first cassette I bought, and his carbon dating right there, fucking cassettes, was MTV Alternative Nation 1.
Okay.
And that was not the cool thing.
Who was in that?
Oasis was in it.
Ah, yeah.
I was an early fan of Oasis. But like, so that was that thing in my head. Like, at that point, the cool thing was hip hop.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
grade
I
5,
remember
grade
that.
6. So that means like
Yeah.
that's when Puff Daddy was starting
Puff
his
Daddy,
big thing.
Nas.
Nas, right? Bone Thugs was on there, like like big
Notorious B.I.G.
Art of War. Yeah, there was B.I.G. That was I remember that was the Bone Thugs Art of War album that came out around that time. But like I didn't like that shit. At the time, I didn't like that shit.
You didn't want to fuck with it?
Nah, I didn't want. I wasn't I was in the Wu-Tang mood.
Dang it.
So I was like going for alternative stuff, like or even like I wasn't a big fan of Nirvana, but I liked that sound more than the hip hop stuff or the pop stuff coming out. But like over time, I realized like the lines I drew were dumb as fuck.
Why does there need to be a line?
Well, yeah, like and I think it was confronted very relatively late for me, where like I had to admit, after listening it skeptically for a few weeks, why did I like K-pop so much? Because that flew in the face of the things I liked before. That was the poppiest shit.
That
okay.
also was not metal.
It was the farthest thing from metal. And I was listening to a lot of metal songs, like old school 80s metal, right? And hard rock and alternative stuff. So like, why did I like K-pop so much? It's poppy as hell.
Mm-hmm.
2, it had electronic riffs, and 3, it was in a language I do not understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I like the genre when I didn't need the videos or the singers.
You just like you enjoyed the music
Yeah.
straight up.
Like I enjoy the music. I don't have the visuals to kind of like, because I thought for a while it was like, yeah, they're pretty, but it wasn't. So,
But
like,
it's not just that.
yeah. And then I worked for the music thing, right? For Amplify, and so like that opened more. Like so the lines I drew on like what I shouldn't listen to or don't like was like thrown out very quickly. So like my playlist right now, if you look at it, it's very weird. Like I have post rock, I have which thanks to you guys, I have hip hop, I have my metal, I have my rock, my alternative.
Yeah, that's kind of nice to hear, because there is a element of tribalism. I
Yeah.
said tribalism, and Tim's making Tim face. And it's an issue in a lot of gay cultures. It's like the issue with the ownership issue, like people being shit to actors,
Yeah.
which has been happening a lot,
Yeah.
or the entire like my thing is better than your thing.
The gatekeeping part, right? And
Yeah.
and the superiority thing.
Yeah, it's nice to hear. Like, yeah, that is why it doesn't need, just because you like rock doesn't mean
Yeah.
it's not something. You
And
enjoy
it helps,
something.
like I think that even if you weren't entrenched in the genre at that time, when you do grow up, you kind of still remember those. Like I know, strangely enough, the Bone Thugs songs, even if I never owned an album or never really listened to them. That was a strange thing to find out. Like, yeah, I know this song. Paper, paper, money, money. Right? So like, that was kind of weird. And like, I've been some students of mine are surprised that I listen to K-pop. Some. I think is I don't track as someone who does.
Yeah, actually, really don't.
And they're more surprised when they find out like how long I've been listening to it.
Yeah, you're an early adopter.
I'm an early adopter. Like I'm a second wave fan. Like to 08, 09. They weren't a fan back then. Like they were like fairly new when they get into it, right? So like it's a strange thing that like, yeah, I've been listening to it for that long. It is a genre I do like. It has expanded so much to include even Korean hip hop as a contrast to the standard
The
hip
popular
hop
stuff.
Yeah, it's like even the Philippine hip hop I enjoy.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting for like what maturity and age and sound has done for me. Money.
I think for me, okay. So I think a lot of what's changed is actually how I view work,
Oh,
right?
intriguing answer.
Yeah. I mean, way back, okay, the first thing that comes to mind is video editing,
Yeah.
right? Way back in the day, backgrounder. in university, I was in communications. I did a lot of video editing because I was in advertising and also video production. And that also translated to one of the first things I did with my life, which was did a bunch of video editing. Again, still for advertising and things like that. And I remember that it was such a headache back then. You know? I mean, it was something which was very... It was taxing. It was time consuming.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, I remember that there was this one time where I edited for 27 hours straight. In hindsight, that's not a good idea.
Yeah. Somewhere down there, you fucked up a decision.
Yeah.
Statistically.
But the older I got, the more I realized that I suppose, it's exactly that. It's that it isn't necessarily about the work it isn't necessarily about the time that you put into it, but the quality that you put into it. And that seems like such a cop-out answer, though. You know, I mean,
I think that's...
I found the way that I viewed work changed.
Right.
I suppose that's the thing. The way that I viewed work as I got older changed as something that was such a shitty thing to do. It was boring. Every time that I was editing, I was wishing someone else was doing it.
Wow, you had fun.
Yeah, I thought you enjoyed that.
Oh, there are times that were a lot of fun.
It's when you hit R20, right? That's when.
Oh, this is most of the day.
There were some fun times with it, and then there were times where it was just pure work. The times that we edited together, I remember we did a few videos back in college. That was fun.
But because those weren't paid.
Those weren't paid. Those were things which were like, here I am, we're locked in my room, editing on a computer, and there are literally 5 to 10 of my group mates who are asleep on my bed.
Group mates are a strong word for like freeloaders and friends.
I was playing games.
Yeah.
I wasn't even in their school.
From what I understand, when you were doing that, actually there were like very few of your group mates in the room with you, and just mostly like hanger-ons. Like
that's true too. That's true too.
Friends for friends, right?
But that was kind of, that made it fun, I guess.
Yeah,
that was
that made
pretty
it
good. Okay.
We weren't helping. That's what that meant. We weren't helping.
Yes, when we were there for his thesis, we turned the font white.
He was writing his document. Disabled word spelling correct.
Yeah.
And then like change it to the text to white just to see him freak out.
He paused. Like he considered his options. He just said, like, yes, quite.
Oh, another thing that's changed though is collecting.
Collecting?
Yeah, collecting. So
like collectibles?
No, collecting.
Money?
If only, right? like there used to be a time before when, again, it goes back to... I remember before, the more you had, the more amazing it was, the more stuff. It always was back to a quantity over quality.
Yes.
Back then.
Okay, I get that. Yeah.
And the older you get... So, I remember... Oh, okay. Let's even talk... Yeah, let's even talk collectible toys. Right? The more you had, the better it was, the better, the greater it was and everything. And then later on, you just start to realize, you know what? Most of this is shit.
I used to have a lot of figures in a shelf. I remember that.
What figures were those?
It was Master Chief, which was always nice.
I did have Master Chief, yeah. But I mean, like looking back, all of that stuff is completely useless.
They're very decorative pieces.
It was great back when I was that age, and then you go forward a little bit and you realize how much money did you waste on these things.
This could still be money now.
Yeah, if this could still be money now. So as I got older, I preferred to buy more expensive things but fewer of them.
That's rare.
I would always opt to, like, even when it comes to things like headphones. I'm looking at one right now. But if it comes to things like headphones, I know a lot of people that actually, Pon, sometimes you're like this as well. You'd shell out maybe $10 on a cheap pair of headphones.
That's me.
and then it'll break.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna spend $10 again, and so on, right? But I mean,
That's accurate.
I used to be like that, and then I realized, you know what? I'm just gonna spend, like, for example, $100 on a good pair.
Yeah.
$100 on a good pair of headphones. In what world do you live in? Like $100 or
It's 10 times better than mine.
Monetarily.
Basically just get a good expensive thing and let it last you longer. For example, another
mine's not $20.
Nice.
good save.
So just saying, $20.
It's more value for your buck.
Like, Pat, you and I were talking a while ago about the potential upcoming NVIDIA video cards.
Yeah.
The 1180s, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're saying it might go up to, what is it?
1.5?
So $1,500.
Hey.
And that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
But when you think about it, no matter what, it is a lot of money.
Yeah.
We will concede that point.
We will concede that point. But when you think about it, how long will it last you? And how long will it give you the satisfaction? Right? Because, I mean, you could end up getting an 1160.
Right.
All right? And it's going to do just fine until it doesn't.
Yeah.
And then you're just going to get frustrated. And that frustration is going to come a lot sooner than later. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I guess it's that shift.
It's the quality shift.
And
no-
the distance between the two prices might not be justified. Like,
Yeah.
I'll buy an older thing. Nah, I think I just save a little bit more so that it's
Yeah.
more future-proofed.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, is that the lesson? Is it delayed gratification?
I think it's quality. I think is the lesson.
Yeah, okay.
I think quality is the lesson.
It's the value purchase.
The value purchase.
Instead
yeah.
of just cheap, but overall in a
Right.
long period of time will cost you more because you have to keep replacing it
Yeah.
versus it hurts a lot now, which
Yeah.
is like the most adult thing is I need to pay the bill, but could you pull the money from my cold dead hands? Because it really hurts letting go of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like because we came from the same school and they have this whole idea of like what Magis is, right?
Oh,
Which is
I was talking.
I'm not explaining this
I'm just
magic
saying.
shit.
I'm saying
Yeah.
there's this interpretation of what that means to mean as quantity, which is I think a bad move for students to keep on thinking about. And I'd argue for them. My argument always with them is like it's not about you're missing the point. It's not about quantity. It's not about doing more stuff. It's doing better stuff. That's what excellence really is. You know, like
Yeah,
it's a quality
okay.
thing. It's not
Yeah.
a quantity thing.
Yeah.
You can. That's why people burn out easy. I feel because they interpret it as I need to put more R's.
I'm gonna do more.
Yeah, I mean, do more. Put more R's. Like do more stuff. Like yeah, but you could just work on one thing,
But do it really well. Yeah.
and that's gonna still get you the same thing.
Yeah.
with less, burning out. So like I feel argue that. I think as you grow older, quality does kind of make more sense.
Yeah.
It's a hard lesson to learn, I think, especially if you grew up with quantity as the answer because it's the most accessible way of doing things.
It's also like a very measurable thing.
Yeah, it's a
more.
measurable
Yeah.
thing, right?
I feel like when we were kids, when we were a lot younger, it quantity measured
sense.
value.
Yeah.
Right? It was always
'Cause
like
it's,
that.
It's physical, right? Like
Yeah.
you see like one card is less than 3 cards.
yeah.
So like of course having 3 cards is better than
Yeah.
one.
Yes, I'm closer to a set.
But right, I mean like when you're young, it's like of course just making more, having more physically is a very measurable and comforting.
It's
thing.
very tactile.
Yeah.
Very kinetic. Instead of just like, well, I have the idea of maybe more.
Like that's what it means. Like do more, do everything.
It's like the equivalent of magic. Like I could play a small, efficient creature, which is, or I could play big, cool dude.
Big, cool, expensive dude.
No, I'll get Llanowar elves, so I get big dude.
Fucking Llanowar elves.
Still the best 1-mana creature.
I mean, yeah. Tap for green.
Yeah, because bad Birds of Paradise no longer reprinted, or at least not in this
Oh,
set.
that's nice. They kept the rarity. So is that the lesson, gents? Is that
Values change and value good.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
mayor of Value Town.
I mean, I find myself more critical when I consume media a little bit. than
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you just kind of read into it more, understand. Like people will fight me for this, but I really love Iron Man 3 for the reasons they hate it.
I will fight you in a future episode for this.
Sure. I'm
As
fine.
long as you don't like Iron Man 2, I guess.
I don't like Iron Man 2.
Nice! You got taste. I love that our past selves, like way back in time, must be biting their tongues like, someone's talking shit about it. Yeah.
That's your adult self.
Fuck you, bitch. Listen here, you little shit.
Listen here, you get to play the games you want only 4 years later from release. That's my message to my younger self. You get to play it, dude. You just have to wait longer than most.
Just be calm. Patient gamers.
It doesn't get old though. That's the nice part.
But see, that's the thing. We've been in kind of a downturn here. But I mean, being an adult has to not all be bad, right? No,
Yeah,
there's a lot of shit we enjoy now. Like stuff that is just better.
Yeah.
Because you're an adult now.
I can go to a cinema and just watch whatever the fuck I want. It's one of the great joys I think I have as an adult. Which I didn't
feel like you should
have more. I'm just saying.
raise your standards.
I feel like that was because I'm a big movie guy. Like before when I was underage, like when I was maybe 12, 14, my goal was to just like go to the movies without my parents or a guardian or an adult with me, like just so I can watch whatever. And the moment I could do that, like I've been enjoying that thing since I was 18 years old. Like yes, I've made it.
Independence.
All right, yeah.
This is the small joy.
Independence. Woo.
Independence to watch
Independence,
movies. Which I still do, but no.
Yeah.
Oh, I set the bar too low. How about food? I enjoy more food.
You always enjoyed your food.
That's true.
That's the thing too. Like, because you don't, since you can cook more.
Yeah.
You can.
Oh,
you
that's
can-
right. I can cook now.
You can buy food. You're not just like, well, I don't know what they're serving today. Like,
Yeah.
you get up and like, today I'm getting this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my breakfast today. And then it will be a different breakfast tomorrow.
I mean, that makes it harder to shop. That's why it's like eggs and something.
Yeah, it's a plus. The eggs plus.
Yeah.
The eggs plus move.
I mean, for me, it's like the slightly higher monetary cap.
Okay.
Very slightly. Also because like I bought it, it's mine. And like you guys were there the first time I got a good video card. Where like I think I was playing Saints Row 4.
Saints Row. Sorry, I like
Yeet?
I like
Do
the
we
game.
yeet here? Yeah.
Can we not?
Yes. No, I don't think Yes Queen's part of the
I
Saints Row
think I
vocabulary.
think the kids are done with that already. Yeah.
No, we're done with Lit Fam.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
We're now into what? Fire emoji.
Oh, triple fire emoji.
Yeah. Triple fire emoji.
You know it's weird? I can't tell if you're serious. Like I don't know. I'm dabbing.
Do not dab.
No.
Wow. Why are we?
If you
dabbing,
do,
why does
I
that
will
still
make
exist?
that our cover art.
Yes. There are limits. And like the first time I got like my own video card, a really nice one.
Yeah.
It was not the 970, the one before that. And I was like,
Same.
first of all, I didn't know games could be pretty.
I still don't know if games can be pretty. My computer's broken.
But yeah, like, wow, a 60 FPS experience certainly is superior because I don't have to wait for the next 5 frames to load. I don't have to like wait for the mouse to go in. And now it's just like freeing and not just like I could save money. Like from a financial standpoint, I realized I don't have to just keep spending money. Like I can intelligently manage it, and eventually I could get a nice thing, which I eventually got for the 970.
Right.
And I was like, wow, Witcher 3 on max settings. It's a different experience. I can see series makeup running. That's fucked
You know
up.
what? That's kind of fucked up. What blew me was the hair strands.
Yeah.
The hair strands are always impressive for me.
It's like, there's so much detail.
Because like in my head as an animator, why would I even... What? I mean, this is tedious work.
Eyebrow wrangler.
Right?
And like, meanwhile, Bioware is still like leaking oil from their robot eyes.
Love me, Shepard.
Initiate oil. I mean, tier subroutine. And also like this one was most recently expressed on the channel. Like, I have the entire collection of Gwent cards. Like, I have every single card, most of it in the shiny. And like that has never been my experience in a card game.
Tim's about to ask a question.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
And like, yeah, I know the cards have no value.
I know the question you were asking.
No, go ahead.
And like, but that's never been my experience in a collectible card game. We used to play Magic, and so I was like, I cobbled together some shit.
Same.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of the let me go through your junk cards.
Do you value this? No. Can I have it?
Can I value it?
Yeah. Then this one's like, I want to build a deck.
Done.
I can do it. I can make a dumb deck right now. See me? Oh, I can do it because I got the cards. And I didn't appreciate like how much financial freedom I had in that respect until I played Magic Arena and once again experienced, I don't have it.
I don't have any of these.
Oh my god, this could be so cool, but only not. It's hell. Kill me. Because you can see the cards and you can't play with it. But yeah, like it's just I can do so much more. Yes, I do a lot less, and I do it regards to the channel, but there's so much more. And why is that face? Why were you making that face earlier?
No, go ahead.
Is it the Tim Judgy face? Because I feel it's the Tim Judgy face. Is the Judgy face or the I have a dumb question face?
It was more of the dumb question face, but
There are no dumb questions.
Is the question why?
The question is why, followed up by the fuck?
First of all, it wasn't. I mean, comparatively, and it wasn't over one day.
Wait,
it wasn't,
no. Did you pay for these?
That was the question. They said ding 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 ding.
Did you pay for these individually, or did you pay for these through getting booster packs? Or
a mix of like packs you earned from daily wins.
Okay, that's fine.
From
Yeah,
winning.
yeah.
And from winning, and around 10,000 pesos over 6 months.
Okay,
That's not bad.
in microtransactions.
Yeah, purchasing packs.
Packs. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Still cheaper than any Magic set. Also,
yeah.
Because of the daily rewards, if I do this right, I may never have to pay for it again.
How many cards are there right now?
Like 200, 300?
I just realized, that's one of the biggest changes, actually.
Paying for cards.
What you choose to spend your money on.
Yeah.
Like, when you become an adult.
I just spent money on pants.
Those are
Sounds
nice.
dumb.
And you know
It's
what?
the first time I ever spent money on clothes.
I just bought 2 pairs of jeans. Maybe the best purchase of this year so far.
Yeah.
It's
I
July.
think I told you before when I bought my pants for the first time. On the dressing, the fitting room, right? I said, "Oh, so this is what good pants feel like."
Yeah.
Because I told Pat, like for me, the bar for pants was just coverage,
Covering legs. The amount covered.
the amount of fabric I'm wearing.
Yeah, I got that same experience for like when I bought underwear. Like, wow, these are snug and they keep the package high and protected.
And like we're like thankful for socks.
Yeah.
And handkerchiefs and like all of these like small things.
I gotta get handkerchiefs.
Yeah.
Like that's a thing. Like I bought underwear and undershirt. Like, and I felt like this is an relatively expensive purchase. I never bought them before, but like, you know what?
Yeah, no, I mean,
alright, I need them.
You go in a Uniqlo, you see, hey, that's a good pair of pants. Hey, that underwear. You pay it, you walk out of Uniqlo. Fuck, I'm successful in life.
Yeah.
Like,
I can clothe myself.
Yeah.
I've never been more like excited to wear a piece of clothing when I bought my pants. It was weird. It was a weird experience where I rushed home to try them out.
It's the true adult toy.
Yeah, it is.
You gotta unpack it.
Toys. It's not Cars, kids. It's not Cars
Or the other adult toys.
or the other adult toys. You know, yes, the other adult toys. It's the jeans and the underwear.
Because other people can see you use it.
But this is for you. That's what it is. That's my takeaway there.
Man, I never got the car thing. But that might be it. Like, if you want like a reason for it, The cards are my carving. You might
Yeah,
not get
yeah.
it, but it's the collection
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
I have spent so much on like K-pop CDs.
Yeah, and you got a lot of memorabilia. You have
I
shelves
have
of it.
completed the discography of Girls' Generation. The last piece
Wait,
came
how many
in.
how many CDs are those?
It's 10 years worth.
Oh god.
That's
so how
a
many
lot of
CDs are those?
At least 10.
Well, yeah, okay.
Plus the
fair.
singles.
Yeah, that's a fair answer.
All right, yeah, okay.
Like we assume that there's like one album a year or two EPs a year over 10 years plus the singles. So it's like, it's a
Wait,
lot.
you also got the CDs of the EPs and
Yeah,
the...
of course.
Oh, okay, that's a lot of CDs.
I mean, 'cause
that's more than 10.
It's either they release 2 EPs in a year or one full album.
Oh, okay.
So it ranges from like 10 to 15 plus maybe 2 singles, which what I foolishly bought. I kind of regret that. Because they're singles, like value-wise, they're not great.
Yeah, you can't win them all.
Yeah, I know, and I was there. Like, it was hard to argue with your rational self when you're surrounded by the items in the store, and like you think at that point when I went in 2011, like I'll never have this access again.
Oh, you got them when you went to Korea.
The first batch I got. But now see the thing about this, what's amazing about moving forward in time is access is easier.
Right, yeah.
So like when my friends went abroad, I could just ask them, can you get me this?
Right.
And so, which is how I completed it. Like, it's that back then, like, this is the last time I'll ever get this. So you know what? I'll take the plunge. I'll get the singles, whatever.
A few years later, can you get me that thing?
Yeah, I mean, so I swear to God, like, happened twice. I asked Angel for a couple, and I asked some of my former students to get me a couple just a few months ago. Like, I'm starting a new collection now. That's how wild it is. Access is easy. So yeah, you have your cards. I have my CDs.
What do you have, Tim?
That's I've been thinking about it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I don't really think I haven't the things that I wish I could collect. I definitely cannot afford to collect.
Is it watches?
Yeah, I mean, like
That's one.
for example, right?
Shoes.
But no, I mean, it's like I don't know. I guess it goes back to like what was I saying a while ago. Collections don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Collections are. I'd rather get like the best or something that's really good off the
a functional
genre.
item.
Yeah, rather than have 10 of them.
Yeah.
But they all do the same thing in my head.
Right.
Like, I mean, props to the people who collect headphones. I mean, I know to them they see very big differences in the sound signature of a certain one. And granted, there are those things, but I mean, I don't understand how you can have 10 when you only have one pair of ears.
You only need one.
Well, I won't agree with that per se. Like, no, for example, I used to have I'm not using them now, but I used to have a pair of headphones which were completely flat, which was basically studio recording headphones. It's better for recording music, better for recording voice. I should be using them now, but I sold them. And then there are also different ones for like listening to music. What do you prefer with music?
I mean, you only need one. You could have more.
You only need one, but I guess it also depends on what you value your process to be. Like I wouldn't want to use some really bright headphones to listen to sound recording. I mean, to record sound in a studio. Wouldn't want to do that because you're not gonna actually. You're not gonna get the sound that you want to hear. You want to measure.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like that. But I'm always function more. I prefer the function rather than having the mass quantity of all of them. I don't know. So when you ask me what would I collect, I got no idea.
Babies.
Oh no,
That's
no.
wow.
You are 2 down, so like
2 down and done.
slam dunk. Slam dunk.
Whammy.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I have no idea. What would I collect? I like sneakers.
Infinite money. What would you start collecting?
Yeah. Oh,
Infinite money.
Infinite money.
Okay, that's actually kind of a big concept to throw at a person. Like, You got your ideal amount of income. Like, you can support your family, you can afford it, but you have
Let's put it this way. Let's say you're a sim, and someone just put in
Motherload.
the motherload cheat. So money's not a problem. What's the thing you're collecting?
What do you buy for yourself?
Will money ever be a problem again?
None. No.
So I mean, we're talking. I don't need to even worry
Your
about making
user is a
investments.
fucking cheater.
You're an end game money.
Yeah.
And that money is more than enough for my
like
kids.
in GTA 5, where like you make so much money, you don't know where to spend it.
Yeah.
You can buy the golf course and then some, and all the cinemas.
It would be. I'd buy a boat. That's not a good answer because that's not a collection.
But you can buy a bunch of boats.
You can buy several boats, a fleet if you may,
and then you can be a new pirate king, as you've always wanted to be.
Damn, I don't know.
The dread pirate.
Not the watches, the cars, the shoes.
Those seem to be no, definitely not shoes. Those seem to be like the obvious answers, right?
Yeah.
Watches, cars, and then you think about, but real estate's also nice. But
that's a hell of a collection.
The thing is,
I collect land.
I don't like. Okay, I can. If you ask me, I can get something like 3-4 watches, and I'm happy.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like I don't.
It's not like I'm gonna look for the next best one.
Well, I'm sure there will be that drive, but it's like I don't want 20 watches. That's ridiculous. Because I won't be able to wear all 20.
I mean, you could. It'd just be tacky.
Yeah.
Like along the
And
the full wrist.
I know some people who are massive car enthusiasts. There's one guy who lives near here. He literally has a lot for. He has a collection of 80 cars.
Is that the one with the fire truck?
Yeah.
That guy.
He has a collection of 80 cars. Most of them are vintage, so he really collects them.
Yeah,
It's
a collection.
It's their thing. It's his thing. So I mean, I could never see myself doing that. I hate clutter, so I don't know. I don't have a good answer.
Empty space. You're collecting empty space.
I'm collecting empty
buying
space.
land,
Yeah.
demolishing them.
Yeah.
He's providing for his family, and then he's gonna be like, "Well, I'll eat money." It's a nice
Infinite
salad.
amount of empty space.
Yeah.
I'd buy an island. There you go.
There we go. That's the one.
That's not bad.
A cold island.
That's harder.
Yeah.
Islands are not generally known for
I mean,
cold.
Greenland is a nice candidate right now.
Yeah. How about you, Pons? What do you think you'd end up collecting?
The first thought in my head was like restaurants, which is a dumb thing.
Huh.
I mean,
I like
just
it.
have
Businesses.
you just have a franchise of stuff. Like each franchise
No, I
you
want it
want.
different. Like I want like it once like traditional French cooking.
Oh,
and
you're
once, like,
gonna make
Filipino.
it?
Yeah, I mean, just a variety. But that was dumb.
I don't know. It's a good adult collection.
But it's like you think about it like a monopoly. It's like just have restaurants. Like that's a dumb thing, Bonds.
Yeah, that is in no way like millennial monopoly where
Yeah.
you go around renting the place and you can't buy it.
And then you just can be sad about that,
Yeah.
and then you can't afford school. But I think I might collect if it's a strictly collecting, it might be instruments.
Really, not comics.
I mean, comics is a given, right? You know.
Also, it's
at that
like
point, I don't
okay.
find it.
Instruments.
I don't think it's a collection. It's just like my library.
Yeah.
it's also not that expensive unless
Yeah.
you go into the older shit.
Yeah, but I might actually just get like a bunch of guitars, a couple of other instruments, like maybe trumpets and whatnot.
Would you learn how to play
it.
them?
I might not, but I like the idea that if people know how to play them, they could.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's like a bunch of guitars.
Just have people pick it up. Hey,
yeah, like have a fun time, whatever. I'm not rich, sure.
I can always replace it.
Yeah, Stradivarius, sure. Give me 7.
I don't think there are that many.
Yeah, but like if I have like motherload level money, like whatever.
3D print.
Give me the 7. The 7 remaining on Earth.
But
I will put it in a glass case for my friends to play with when they're drunk.
Oh no.
Sometimes we'll invite an actual violin player to
Yeah.
just look.
To just like wonder.
Just look.
Yeah.
And
And
wonder
play it,
how
look
it
at
feel
it.
like.
And then
play it.
And then you can hire one expert of each instrument to play the wrong instrument, the most valuable variant of each instrument. You can get John Mayer to what is he not good at? The flute? I want to say the flute, but I feel like...
hopes it is the flute.
God damn it, John Mayer. Why are you handsome?
Yeah, why are you talented? Right? Like, I think it might be instruments. I honestly think it might be that.
I think that's a pretty nice one. I like, yeah.
Because I think, like, if it's I don't think collecting knives is a collection, like cooking knives, chef's knives. I don't think that's a collection. That's just
I'm glad you clarified.
And the thing is, once you collect it, you wouldn't want to use it.
Yeah,
right?
like,
you want to keep it. Yeah.
I don't think it's a fun thing to have, and like for me, comics is just like that's my library. Like that's a given. It's not I'm not the kind of guy who will like collect the rare comic books.
Yeah.
Mine's a very practical approach to the comic thing. But like I think I'll buy like guitars, like drums, like violins, organs, keyboards, whatever.
Ooh, organs. The storage is gonna be like for logistical nightmare.
Just like from first floor to second floor of the house, like that pipe extends to the roof, and then I have a bunch of like baby grands somewhere and a couple of like full grands.
And you can hire yourself your very own Phantom of the Opera to play them randomly.
To crash the chandelier, which I also bought several of.
I mean, right now, it's a great collection, but that part's like just a hassle.
It is a hassle.
You can fix it, but it's a hassle.
I mean, I guess I'll just buy a cheap chandelier that looks expensive.
To crash.
To crash.
Fucking Phantom. Christine, get in here. Fix this problem.
And have Elton John play a piano for me. Because,
I mean, no. You have Elton John play the sax.
That's right. He'll play the sax.
And instead, you get him to play a poorly tuned note, a poorly tuned harp.
Just like, at that point, I think I should be playing the piano, just because I don't know how to play the piano.
You gotta learn. Have Elton John teach you while he's playing the harp.
Once he's playing the harp, follow along. Okay.
Saturday.
For five. Penny and the Jets.
This is the meanest. Like the scenario is getting meaner. Like, and if he complains, here's some money. You don't need it, Sir Elton John.
No disrespect. Also, get me a Stradivarius. And you just crash it there. Like, oh man, you are so wasteful with that amount of money. I think this is the reason why I will never get that amount of money.
How Burt Reynolds of you.
I feel like I will devalue several things at the same time out of my rapid escalation of irresponsibility.
It's just instruments.
It's just objects.
Easy.
Yeah, so that's mine. What's yours, Pat?
This is like the lowest value thing. Like first, after of course spending on every upgrade of computers every year, so I can play games.
You focus on computers and not the entire house situation.
No, for sure.
I have the best computer. My rats enjoy them.
And the rats will have their own food.
Oh, you take care of your
no, there's no stopping them. There's coordinating with them. That's right. It's a pest control business, not a pest extermination.
It's not elimination.
It's pest you manage them. Naturally, like the house, the thing, move out, do not a swamp.
Yeah. What are you collecting?
Constant upgrades. It's just it's my home. Card games.
Okay.
It's not going to require a tremendous amount of money, but it's going to require an impractical amount of money to have all the cards. Because some of the cards are like $60 each. Yeah. And I'm like, unless I had Motherload money, I would never even consider buying a $60
Even if you could afford it.
Even if I could. Because it's just not a smart purchase. It just feels bad. Like, great, you have a JPEG printed on nice card stock.
Whoa. It's at least a TIFF.
Fair enough. I got a TIFF on quote-unquote nice card stock. Wizards of the Coast actually has a problem with card stock now. And not just that card game. Just all the card games. Because it's the most limiting factor in a fucking card game is having the cards. And I have never heard... Well, I guess it's a good business strategy to parts of the game are locked out unless you happen to roll into the right cards when you buy a pack. And I'm like, that's so stupid, but I want the cards.
But what if I just buy all of the packs?
Yeah, what if I just buy it all? I can play. I mean,
You don't have to play too. Like, you just buy them.
I mean,
I want to be there when you finally buy that one box of Murder Lottery on that Amazon thing.
oh yeah, an old game we used to play, Spycraft. Oh yeah, that's on the list too.
It's not worth it from like a very practical reason. Because like, why would we buy
But it's
that?
just finishing the quest.
Yeah, but like, if you have that much money, like, yeah, that's first on the list.
Yeah, I'd also probably collect companies. Because like, even Motherload money runs out. Gotta make sure you're ready for the next problem. Also, anything that gives me immortality, I guess.
I mean, I guess maybe we should add like space stations and
That Russian guy who thinks he can transplant heads. Like, if there's no other choice, shit, give it a roll. Who knows? I would like to be 6 feet tall this time instead of 5'8". I don't even get the bronze medal for height. No, not shoes. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, I'm certain that there's like a lot of practical stuff, but that's the most impractical purchase I have. It's cards, so I can play and like go to tournaments and like I lost, but fuck it. Here's everyone Black Lotuses.
Wow.
I have Motherload money, bitch. Here's a Black Lotus.
And you start to smoke with a rolled up Black Lotus. Like.
That's by the way what they do in Vegas sometimes. They open one of those alpha beta things like with the highest value cards.
Yeah,
they have it upside down. They shuffle it around. Start tearing through it for all but like, one.
Your stomach turns for cards.
And I'm like, I know it's arbitrary value, but what the fuck, dude? What the fuck?
Guess that's that.
Yeah. And I think if
we are still adults.
So that's what adulthood comes to, huh?
Yeah. Insane megalomaniacal ambition of collecting really inappropriate, impractical stuff.
Yeah. No psychological test would have shown us that. Yep. We know that.
We know that one. Also, we're 68%. Yay.
Yeah.
We average. Let's be clear here. So one of us is like on the high end, like pulling up the average.
And one of us is bringing us down.
We took turns. But at the end of the day, being an adult is really about taking responsibility for your life.
We'll see you next week. Or next time.
Don't forget to check us out on our various social media platforms like Facebook, BKC Podcast.
Yep, BKC Podcast.
Twitter, BKC Podcast.
And on Twitter, at BKC Podcast.
If you want to just see me, go to search for the Dark Fluffy Cloud. It's got a lightning bolt and DFC on it, which does not mean delicious flat chest in this case. It just means Dark Fluffy Cloud. I know.
Where does it mean delicious flat chest? Where are you going where it does mean delicious flat chest?
Some guys like ladies with flat chests.
That wasn't my question. That was not my question.
I thought that was the question.
That was not the question.
I thought that was the question. So close.
That was definitely not the question.
How's the plane ride like this once where we missed the tarmac? We had to circle in the sky for 45 more minutes.
You can also go to bkcpodcast.com
or
just check us out on Spotify.
Oh my god, Spotify?
iTunes.
I thought we weren't on Spotify.
You know what? I
We're
thought the
on
same
Spotify.
thing. Apparently we're on Spotify. Please be the first to actually stream.
Yeah, most people download it, which makes sense because long episodes.
That's true. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the show.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time, or you hear us next time, where we try to figure out more stuff about ourselves and other people.
That's untrue.
That's also yeah, that's untrue.
Yuck.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh my god.